Welcome, everybody, to session 13 of Blood and Shackles. Last time, the group found themselves in the midst of a small quest to find some Cyclops remains, bones, specifically in order to pay back the doctor that saved Crystal's life from a horrible curse from a mummy, a bog mummy. They wanted quite a lot of Cyclops bones, so you went out into the the island known as Hell's Arches, Devil Arches, exactly,
Yeah.
exactly, off the
Uh,
town, off Hell Harbor.
I don't think it was Arches, right?
Yeah,
Wasn't
yeah,
it? Hell Harbor?
Hell Harbor's the town. The island is Devil's
Okay.
Arches. Yeah, exactly. So town of
Gotcha.
Hell Harbor, you ventured a bit off that into the more overgrown Devil's Arches itself, and yeah, you were exploring a ruins which you found out to be basically like some sort of burial site, temple, something along those lines. Not sure exactly. You had already explored a little bit of it, and as you went further in, you found more murals showing perhaps that there was once a community or group, a tribe, who knows exactly what they would have called themselves, and almost pictures worshipping like this, big, impressive Cyclops, which potentially you found them. As when you went onto the final room, you found a big sarcophagus, against a wall filled kind of, alcove full of, old remains. And as you got close, the sarcophagus, it got thrown open and outlined a horrible kind of zombified Cyclops. There was some strange magic happening in the place, old runes trying in some ways to, take over the mind, but you were capable adventurers and managed to defeat them without too much difficulties, claiming their bones of the prize, as well as a very strange amulet that you have investigated a little bit and found it's all full of weird abilities that will require some experimentation, perhaps.
But it doesn't have the evil trait, right?
It doesn't have the evil
It's
trait.
all good.
It doesn't have the evil trait, for sure. At least when you identified it, you did identify that part of it.
Yeah, I didn't roll high enough.
You know why enough to do evil, goddamn cursed, No. It seems perfectly normal, thank you very much. And yeah, you continued on going, so a little bit more, you found a room with a couple of annoying creatures that proved almost a bigger problem than the actual zombie Cyclops. These two cloakers which refused to let you leave in one piece. And after a very harrowing encounter, you did manage to defeat them. But that was quite enough for the day, and you rested a while before heading back in the direction of town. And you now find yourself, as the sun has gone down and you are traveling in, maybe half an hour to an hour of, bit of darkness. You see the lights of Hell's Harbor ahead of you. It is the 27th, so you arrived in Hell Harbor on the evening of the 24th. So it's now just only been 3 days since you
We
since
paid
you
for
spoke
5?
with you paid for the boat for 5, yeah, and the doctor, had the agreement to come back within a week of that, so you were well within the times that you planned for. But yeah, it is quite late as you
Right on
see
schedule.
the city before you. Yeah. What?
Okay. We talked last time about want some praise bones before we deliver them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So guess
And now
we do
I
a
don't
little.
remember anything about it.
So you remember you had 15 vocal bones in total, kind of spread amongst you, and you remember the payment for Crixil's curse was agreed to be, or was signed to be 300 gold pieces worth of Cyclops bones. So I think there was discussion about how many you show to them, or if you go somewhere else to get a face, or how exactly you do it. Yeah.
Should we have? So basically, what I'm thinking is that we keep the bones out of town because we have got a big cart of them or something, right? So it's kind of
Yeah, you had a little
auspicious.
wagon made.
Yeah. So keep 2 people at the carts, 2 people head into town, find out what the general market worth is of Cyclops bones in Hell Harbor, and then see how much we need. Is that okay with you guys?
Did we ever roll to see if any of us knew the value of Cyclops bones?
No.
Oh. I guess we got that first.
It's highly unlikely that any of us will succeed.
Yeah, I have a feeling we have no idea, but
Yeah, it's very kind of location dependent, right? So it would be incredibly hard. But perhaps you were hearing some stuff when you were at the inn the other day, or
Yeah.
Maybe Nate knows back in my day, judging by the current price of inflation, I reckon.
my day.
it's an ingredient slash
get-
reagent, right? So could I use
You used to be able to
crafting?
get Cyclops bones for a penny.
What's that, Jack? Could you use crafting? Yeah, you could use crafting. I mean, they use for crafting. That's where they get that. Or they use for like
Cool.
alchemy at least. which is
What
basically
other things might we be able to use?
society.
Hey.
Potentially nature, if you want to like how rare they are and like stuff like that. Okay, Quicksilver, Nate, out there. Sure, Johnny doesn't even want to try. That's crazy. Okay, Nate, you have like the only one who even thinks you can hazard like a guess based on your time. The others you haven't really seen anything before. For you, at least, you're like
Okay, let me throw my roll. What roll was it?
either
Nature.
society or nature, but nature would be harder. So,
Or crafting.
crafting would be the easiest, and then society, and then nature.
Okay.
Oh, what
shit,
would
this
be
is-
the
This is
easiest?
not happening.
Crafting would be easier than society. If you want to say you roll the crafting instead, Johnny,
Oh, of course
you
I would.
think that they're probably. I mean, value is hard to say. I mean, in nature, the real value for them is, they're very good fertilizer. Really over time, if they are, ground down, then plants can really prosper.
Nice.
But how can you put a price on life itself? So to you, they are, you would not really ever consider selling. They would really be used. Take them home, have a nice garden, perhaps. They are really beyond value.
Plants grow great.
A single bone
Cyclops
should do it then,
balls.
right?
Exactly, a single bone should be plenty. Nate, yeah. So you know a bit about materials, goods work. You've also perhaps seen them in markets in the past, unlike the others. Like years ago, you would think. I mean, I'm talking in abstract terms, but you would say maybe a bulk worth, depending on where you were and who you were selling it with, would be in the range of probably 10 to 20 gold a bulk. Is like what you were kind of familiar with.
Better hope it's at least 20.
Like I say, like this is prices that you kind of are familiar with. So obviously, I mean, stuff does also change over time, so you're not sure exactly how much, but you would say like that's the kind of feel that you get.
Holy shit, we have 15, right? So if it's 20, then it's 300?
Yep, we have exactly the right amount.
Well, let's hope so.
If
I
it's
was gonna say
exactly
it's
20 per bulk.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
So let's
Nate,
hope
you're very
that's
much
in the
assured.
back
You
of the
haven't
day
heard-
coin.
Yeah, Nate, this is just like the rough sort of ideas you're thinking. For all you know, it could be 5, it could be 100. But this is at least
Yeah.
what your initial gut feeling is.
Yeah, but you have to add the price of transportation,
Yeah.
Goes
Service
Mm,
fees.
home
and-
delivery.
couple
Yeah,
times.
You take a ride to Dr. Thor, we charge like 100 for that.
exactly. That was in the contract. Hmm.
Finder's fees, service fees, the normal.
So they are not as
Danger
valuable as we
fee.
might have thought.
Added value tax.
Death and disability.
20 gold's a lot of
Gum.
gold. That's all I'm saying. Well, by the way.
300 gold is a lot of gold.
True. It's a fuck ton of gold.
Maybe there is no bad reason to. No, but maybe there is no good reason to not show all the bones to the doctor. If it's.
I'm kind of hoping that, I mean, no offense, Nate, but that price in your head that you remember is from back in the day, and maybe it's the value has increased as the rarity has increased.
I surely hope so.
You could get a Big Mac for $1.
Because otherwise we're fucked.
I mean,
Um,
you can just go back and get some more bones.
Uh-huh.
Weren't there plenty there?
Okay, who has the highest
No,
diplomacy?
this was about this. You took basically all you could get from there.
Yeah.
Other than
has
the
what?
actual body
I
of the
thought
king itself,
The
right?
champion, yeah.
We took as much as we could carry.
No,
Well, we took all of them from the
Oh.
wall, which
Yeah.
just happened to be
Oh,
almost
okay.
exactly how much we could carry.
Yeah, I said how much it was, and you were like,
Lucky
ooh,
us.
yeah, exactly.
I was wondering who has highest diplomacy. I'm assuming Altair. Anyone else have anything diplomacy-wise?
Yeah, I've got plus 11. Although if I can
nice.
somehow sweep it to be deception, it's a little bit better.
We got 16 votes.
I was also saying like gather information to try and figure out the price. Or like the
I'm now At
Yeah,
least
exactly. It would be gather
helpful to
information
know
to go
things.
into town and try to figure out how
Mhm.
much exactly it'd be worth for.
You mind doing a little solo mission then, Alter?
Sure.
Okay, it is
As long as
quite
we-
late, so shops and stuff are shut. I don't know where you're asking it, and maybe it depends where exactly you're interested
Yeah.
to finding out information. But it probably
Because I was
also
thinking we could just do it in the morning, right? We still technically have plenty of time.
Sure.
yeah. But yeah, I
Where do we keep the bones though in the meantime?
exactly that's what Quicksilver
On the ship.
Oh, we drag it to the ship? Okay, yeah, no, that's fine. I was thinking we're on the opposite side of town, so we'll have to drag it across towards the harbor, but
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean you will have to take them through town to the harbor, but I mean it's not
yeah.
at least here it seems like the streets are pretty safe, considering compared to
Only-
you'd be
yeah.
probably a bit more confident doing here than Port Tower, to be honest.
And we already woke up the doctor once late at night,
Mm,
and he wasn't happy about it. I'd rather not do it twice.
sure. And this is a statement, right? If you drag a cart full of giant bones across town,
Yeah, no one fucks
other
with
pirate
that.
crews aren't gonna mess with me. Yeah.
Oh,
Mm-mm.
exactly.
Cool. Okay, so go to ship for sleep.
Go to the ship, and you sleep in the ship.
Yeah.
Mm.
I'm thinking we probably do today.
Yeah.
Just because that's a kind of guarding both the ship and the
The bones.
yeah.
Cool. Yeah, so you have
booty.
a night rest, and then yeah, it is quiet. No one tries to hijack your boat and steal all the bones in the night. And yeah, in the morning, did you want to? Is that when you wanted to send out then out on a little quest to see if you can find some stuff out?
So I just take an average sized bone from our collection.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, I'll say that's that's even less than a bulk. Well, no, I guess a giant cyclops, but maybe it's close to a bulk. Or something.
Yeah. If it's close to a bulk, then we roughly have 15 bones.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. But I guess the bits which are are
Yeah,
much
some
smaller,
bigger, some
finger bone and
smaller.
stuff like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. I guess, but if you want to take just
So
one,
that's
I mean, say half a bulk or
roughly a.
something. Oh, you want to
sure.
take one roughly a bulk? Okay, sure.
Yeah, basically one bulk. We'll
Yeah,
do
okay.
that.
You want
A
to
collection.
say oh, I found this. Is how much would this kind of be worth? Kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay. And do you go to actual kind of merchants? There's obviously shops along the waterfront and that kind of stuff, or who are you going?
Yeah,
to?
I'm looking for any form of kind of an alchemist, basically, right?
Sure.
Someone that I think would have the best understanding or
Mhm.
need of something like this.
Yeah, exactly. There's Percy's potions and poultices, on the shop front, the PPP. And yeah, you go in.
Yeah.
Sure. They see you coming and oh, customer perhaps. It's just kind of old human.
Yes, possibly. Although potentially someone who might have something to offer you. I've been out and about, and what was the name of the place again? Not Hell Drive.
Devil's Arches?
That's the
Devil's
whole
Arches.
island. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
There's
Oh.
you didn't really go to anywhere with a name. You just went
okay, yeah.
off the interact. Yeah.
Gotcha. Was out traveling with some of my companions recently, and we came across some Cyclops bones, and I was wondering if you could help me evaluate them.
No, a rare find nowadays. Yes. Let me see. You see, they have a kind of fancy kind of scale and everything. Neck on the counter, and they actually kind of weigh it and place things there to get an accurate count. And they're oh, one bolt, perfect. They have an actual measuring system. Grams and everything. And this personally seems very proper. He kind of gets out quite a big logbook from the bottom and actually kind of looks down at and you I don't know if you're trying to he just has it open on the counter, so if you want to kind of almost peer down at the book you can. He's not hiding it or anything.
Sure.
It basically looks like a book logging previous sales of specific
Right.
goods. So it's quite official, and you see he kind of flips through to pages, so till he finds kind of looking talking about bows in general, and almost trying to find the market price based on previous sellings and buying recently. And he's you see him go down. He's well, it seems here the last purchase that was made in Hell Harbor gave it a value of 28 gold for this amount. Kind of strokes his beard a bit. It has been a while, so I think perhaps I can sell it on or create slightly more value for it from that. So I will offer you 30 gold for one bulk.
Okay.
That agreeable?
Yes, it is. And how much would you be willing to purchase? I do have a little bit more than this.
So it would depend on the quantity. It's not easy to sell or produce enough material for all of it.
Of
You
course.
kind of think, I mean, I could take probably as much of the hand as you want, but obviously the price would go down.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go talk to my companions, collect some, and I'll bring it back. But that sounds agreeable to me.
Excellent.
So yeah, I'll take that, kind of just price them ahead and go back to the
Mhm.
ship.
In the meantime, could I have a quick conversation with Nate?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I don't know if you're an early riser, late sleeper.
Damn, I forgot.
He's old.
Gotta get
about
up to
the-
pits at like 5 a.m., you know?
Exactly.
About the watch. Was I the first watch or the last?
Oh, the watch order. I need to note this down somewhere.
Oh yeah.
I believe you might actually be the last, right? But you put the plate on.
Usually last or first. It's one of the two.
Yeah,
When
I
people have
remember.
full armor.
I can't remember which we had him. I think we had Nate be first, actually.
Okay, so Nate.
Yeah, you
then
write down, Jack.
oh.
That's your job.
Brixel,
Yeah, next
Oh, did we
first.
have? Yeah, Nate first, right? I think it was Nate first, and then
Johnny.
Johnny was the last.
Johnny with the
Oh,
last.
Johnny's
yeah.
last, okay,
And then we have the
I'll
two
take-
with low.
Vision,
Yeah, and then two with the
Sounds
low
about
light
right.
in the middle of the day. Yeah. Without saying you both have low light, and the others have nothing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Very
Okay, so yeah,
nice.
Nate. I guess Nate probably isn't that. But up to you.
So I guess I'm not an early riser.
Sleeping off his watch, you know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, maybe I should have a back result. Just come up to you. And no. Nate. So
Yeah.
you have a lot of history that you do not wish to speak about. I understand. But is there anything you wish to do still? In the future?
To do in the future.
A bucket list, perhaps.
One thing I was thinking about a lot was building a boat. A big boat. I've been,
Big one.
dabbling in
A better.
in boat building back in the village, as you might know. But
We
one old
don't
man
have a
can-
big harbor.
yeah, but building like small fishing boats, right, for the village and for myself. Building a big real boat, a ship.
A ship.
That would be, pretty fun, I think.
Or yourself, or to give away.
I guess I wasn't really thinking about that at the time, but
Big
No,
ship
we-
needs big crew.
yeah, of course. But if we are going to be adventurous, like we are at the moment, we might need a big ship.
So you think even after the danger is gone for Old South Reef, you will still sail?
Depends if how old will I be then. But we could have the ship parked in the village, and maybe even a museum of our exploits.
Okay.
Sounds interesting. We will need more exploits, though.
Yes,
Hmm.
working on it, I think.
I think it'll be good to think of what we want to do while the danger is unclear. Where we want to go.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
You know most places more than the rest of us anyway. So it would be good
Yeah.
to have your input, you know?
That's true, but the places are changed, right? I mean the what was it, Port Pile, right? Yeah. The big port Pile is
Yeah.
hardly recognizable anymore. The people have changed, and it's not what it was anymore. So I don't
So-
know.
Maybe go to old places and see how it's changed.
Not for the better, that's for sure. From what I've seen until now. So,
You never know.
Ah.
I'm not sure if I want to ruin my memories.
Well,
I let these things never change for the better. You know, you will learn.
old man cynicism, that's all. You'll see. I think I'll just let him do his breakfast.
Nice. Okay, yeah, about this time you get back, it was very short trip out there. You get your swim there, got what you needed, and then came
Mhm.
back. Mhm.
Keeps the info to himself.
No, I come back. All right. Good news. The alchemist that I spoke with was willing to pay roughly for all that we have about 450 gold worth.
Ooh, so if my math is how much then for one ball?
So we take 1/3 of what we have, sell it. The other third should be enough for the doctor.
And the third.
So no, 1/3 we sell to alchemist, 2/3 to doctor.
Oh,
Math
Okay.
hard.
Yes. Although I do think we take the 10 bulk to start to the doctor. In case he tries to be, the fucking asshole.
okay. So
Okay.
the price is good then. I'd
Yeah.
imagine.
So we take,
We have enough.
I'm going to say 11 bulk with us, one kind of hidden in a backpack, 10
Mhm.
out front that we are going to sell. The rest, hopefully. That way we have one extra bulk to negotiate, and the rest we plan to sell.
Was the doctor rich? I was kind of out of it for most of it. I can't remember.
He did seem pretty well to do.
If he is fair,
I mean,
might as well
considering
sell to
that
him.
I don't know. He seems more the like that. He does what he does for the profit, less to care for people. So
True.
I'd prefer not to line his pockets further.
Okay. Well, then, let's go. I'll get the card ready.
Okay, yeah, you get the card ready, and you kind of you put most of the bones, I guess, like 10 bulk worth at least
10
on
bulk
the card.
worth.
And, yeah, you put
A bulk in my backpack.
one bulk in your backpack. And you head over there. It's better daytime hours now, so the door isn't open or anything, but it's kind of what's it called? At least you don't. I guess you wouldn't better tell actually from outside.
It's
whether
like
it was
an
locked or
open
not.
sign or something.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if we would have really had that, but sure, why not? He has like a little open sign, or he has like a little light outside, like a little continual flame you like tick on to show when there's like a neon sign saying doctor outside. Yeah, at
That's a
least
put on
it
red
looks, you see like some lights inside and everything, so it looks like the place is open. And yeah,
Well then.
if you come in, you see it's like before, it wasn't really anyone else at work, so it seems basically just a solo operation. And when you come in, you see him like behind a desk, like at the far side of the room, and he kind of looks up as you see them. And he's like, back already.
Yes. Thought to be a little expeditious about it.
Indeed. Okay, well, you bring the goods.
We did. And kind of gestured towards the cart outside.
Yeah, you kind of like stands up and like walks outside, kind of inspects it. Spends like
Yeah, Penny.
Indeed, spends a couple of minutes like looking over it. He kind of frown for it. You see him like actually like chip off like a little bit of one of them, And like kind of have like a little magnifying kind of looking
They
up with the eye, like crumbles of dust, lets it fall down the eye. He does, but he properly kind of checks it over to see if it properly is working. Usually it does, but maybe put so it does crumble quite easily when he kind of inspects it.
Yeah.
And he's like, very well. This looks like it should be acceptable. It kind of you see him like count it up, almost like look at it. It's like hard to know the exact value here, but may I take it inside?
Of course.
And you see he kind of 15 bulk is like a lot, right? But I mean, it's a car. But then I guess he's old, but he got it. If he starts kind of taking it in handful by handful and kind of like laying it out on kind of a table, some of it over the table with Crixel.
Yeah, I offer to obviously help move everything in.
Yes, my thanks. Yeah, and he kind of, he just looks like he's appraising it with an eye. Basically, it's kind of too awkward to measure all of it. He kind of weighs, a part of it, kind of sums it up. It's like, I did some research while we were gone. Spoke with the local alchemist. I believe this should be about the value we agreed upon. Close enough for our work at the very least.
That is great news.
Indeed, I admit. Kind of looks to you like a bit of a wry smile. It is indeed lucky. Were you aware this was the correct amount?
I'll be honest. Yes, I did my own bit of research this morning just to confirm.
Excellent. Then I suppose you also have given me the correct amount. I do not need, when I weigh it individually, to come after you complaining you voided our contract.
That is correct.
Excellent.
You can
Clear business.
rip off the contract.
No, but I will, of course, keep it. But now I know it is being fulfilled. Well, very well. Our business is concluded. Unless there is anything else you require my work with.
No, as long as you can sign off, right? So that, of course, we could take our ship.
Indeed. And he, he has a copy. There's the copy of the contract he gave you if you want to.
Yep.
Yeah, and he kind of, with an ink pen, kind of marks at the bottom contract paid in full, and it's signed, full name, in bold letters and date, the proper contract. He's got the document proof pen. He kind of puts the lid back on,
What is his full name? I can't remember.
Let me check. Did I write down his last name in the journal entry?
I know you did his last name. I think. I don't know
Edward
if you did
Jones. It was
Dr.
Edward
Jones.
Jones. Dr.
Oh,
Edward
Dr.
Jones.
Oh yeah.
Dr.
did.
Jones,
I did give him a first name. Dr. Jones, I presume. Exactly. Yeah, he's Dr. Edward Jones marked on. Yeah, and he kind of hands it back to you. And also, kind of proffers the one he wrote as well for you to sign it out, so there's kind of, yeah. And yeah, he's like, very well, I will get to work putting this to an actual valuable use. And he kind of, kind of starts breaking out, all these kind of, beaker, or not beaker, but finale, a large kind of pestle and mortar that, obviously will still take a lot of work to basically get it down to dust. I mean, it's crack off parts, but it will definitely take some work to get it done. Obviously, probably powdered glyco in itself will be worth a little bit more, but obviously labor is by far the cheapest part of this endeavor.
Who knew?
And yeah,
Goliath bone. Weak as bird bone.
Cyclops
Crumbles.
bone, he kind of frowns you. This is Cyclops bone, yes?
They have one eye, yes?
I'm surprised you could tell that from the skull. Very impressive.
Did we bring the skull back? Or the head at least?
We did.
Oh yeah, but you brought back the head of the weird zombie one that's kind of fleshy still. I don't know if you were I assumed you weren't showing that.
Did we give that one?
No.
I have seen
That's one we
paintings.
keep.
I suppose it would not surprise me if there were some
We
in the place
can-
we found this.
We can sell him the hat for some extra gold.
I think we were having probably Johnny do his spout pressure wash technique to clean up the head.
Okay, yeah, you have to do fresh on your man, all the zombie flesh. Oh, gross.
Off.
Yeah, so you did that with
somewhere
a
not
very
here.
big skull specimen, actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Hmm.
Actually.
Oh,
Well, then it's
we-
50
maybe
gold
you
for this.
should
I'll say
keep
this
it.
one is basically one or maybe even 2 gold should by itself. I'll say it's 2 gold just the skull of this giant one.
I'll talk to Nate and be like, maybe we should keep the skull as put it on the
Trophy.
ship. Trophy, and eventually
Oh.
museum.
That's a
That's
good
true.
idea.
That's true.
They could be doing
Belongs in a
Very
museum.
good idea.
Yeah. So I
Okay,
think
so yeah, you
once that
genuinely-
business is concluded,
Yeah.
thank him, and then probably head back towards, I guess, the ship. Might as well.
Ship for now, yeah.
I mean, it's very early in the, it's so very early in the day, maybe like 10 a.m. at this point, you could spend a couple of stuff, but yeah, it's
Go collect
Just,
the
looks
last
like a nice day
remaining
in hell-
bit of
in,
bones, and then go to the alchemist to sell that. The 5
okay.
bulk.
Yeah, we don't need to skip
Which
through
is-
that much. Yeah, Alchemist does
Cool.
say
The doctor
he
probably will
does
buy
say
from the
he does
alchemist, right?
say
Eventually,
20
but
gold
whatever.
for 1 bulk, and he's like 5 bulk. It's like wait, there's 5 bulk left, right?
Correct.
No, I think we're selling 4, right? Because we want to keep the skull.
The skull was extra.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, cool.
The skull was an extra 2 bulk.
Nice.
Yeah, you see him like haggle a little bit, like as he kind of takes some notes. He's
Yeah.
like 5 bulk. I mean, it's quite a lot of inventory for me to try to find it useful. Would you be willing to go down to 114 gold?
Let's see. I'm sure by now I've been able to have a chance, like when he was expecting, to kind of look around. Does he have health potions
Yeah.
or similar type
they
of
have
stuff?
They have the alchemical version, whatever they're called, like
Yeah,
elixir of
the-
life.
Elixir of life. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah,
Elixir of
yeah,
life.
yeah.
Okay. And how much are those normally worth?
Oh, that'd be cheap. Let me see. Consumable or alchemical items, elixirs.
Elixir of life miners are.
Mine is only 3
3.
gold. Yeah,
Okay.
elixir of life less is a 30 gold.
By the way, do we know if basically the Cyclops were more common in some areas than others and so on?
That sounds like such a society check.
Yeah, I know.
I think what I remember what I figured out last time is that Cyclops were part of like the Empire way before, like they were used to be way more common, and that
Yes.
I think on the island was they had like society, like a society as well, like a temple and stuff in cities, obviously. So
Yeah.
so they're probably more
Yeah.
common here than they would be most places, maybe.
Yeah, because possibly we could get a better price elsewhere.
Potential.
All right. Does he have only miners, or does he have lessers as well?
He
I'm
has
just trying to
lessers as
think of
well.
how to. Okay.
He has less of them. Yeah.
20. Are we that desperate for gold? I think we kind of are, right? I don't know.
I don't know.
We've spent a lot, yeah.
We
definitely
did, but
low on gold at the moment.
okay. Let me just do some quick calculations. Sorry,
More gold amount.
Yeah.
because I'm going to try to do a deal. What is his? How
Yeah,
many of
5
each does he
gold.
have? Is he like really overstocked? Normal?
So like how many of the potions he has?
Yeah, the
Yeah,
elixir of
the
life
elixirs.
miners
The
and
elixir of life
lessers.
miners, he has a shelf. He looks like he probably has about like maybe 10 elixirs of life lessons. So he has a decent supply like that. And the miners are like, there's like, another shelf of 10, but you wouldn't be surprised there's like more somewhere else. But there's like
Yeah,
10 on display. Maybe there'd be for less as well, I guess we don't really know. But there's at least 10 of each.
Okay. And the cost of them are 30 and 3.
Yeah. How much gold do I have? I have 13 gold right now.
Yeah, I got like
5.
20 and some change. So we don't have a ton, but okay. Let's do, let me think.
Stupid Cyclops not using gold in their temples.
Yeah, you only found 150 gold. Well, 140, of course, the same.
By the way, what does a doctor do with so much Cyclops bone?
We don't ask questions like
You
that.
don't ask questions like that. You don't want to know why he's training a Cyclops. You don't want to ask
Yeah.
questions like that.
I'm sure he's
It's not- it's
building
not-
something in the basement.
Not ask questions about that.
The huge underground lair, building like a transformer Cyclops.
Level 18 bots, relax.
Yeah, that's why.
You got
All
plenty
right.
of places to
Oh,
go.
here's-
Jones shows up
Oh,
again.
it's a good idea.
Maybe 2. Because we have 4 people in the party, right?
Yeah, you have 4 people body. Choo.
Okay. I'm just checking.
Only
All right,
silly.
so I say that's I think that's something we maybe can work with. I see that you have quite a few elixirs here, which is something we could use in our current party. So what if
Of course.
we do 4 of your, and I kind of point to the minor elixirs, and then 4 of the lesser elixirs.
Minor. He's like
And-
writing out 4 minor, 4
Yeah.
lesser. 4 minor and 4
And-
lesser. Okay.
Correct. And then 10 gold.
32. Kind of mumbles under his breath. Yeah, I can agree with that. Seems fair enough.
Alrighty. To bring that out. Trade
Yeah,
it.
and he kind of, you see like the ones made on shelves, they're just for, like display purposes, but he actually kind of reaches under the counter and brings out like some, just right underneath there for
Real
you to
ones,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
Cool.
The other's clearly made out of wax. He's like, oh, well, there you are. And he kind of, like puts them in a little paper bag,
gold.
wrapped up.
Yep.
Or the real
plastic
ones
paper.
just like a little
Yeah,
bit
everyone
smaller?
add a 1 of each elixir of life minor and lesser to your character sheet, so we can all have one.
I'm
Each.
all prepared party. I feel like it's so. I played so many D&D campaigns. I don't know if I've ever made sure everyone has the unique push. I feel like that's something you
Hey,
really
that's what I'm
do.
thinking about
Yeah.
because I realized that like right now, if one of us goes down and it's Johnny, we're just fucked.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. That's
So
why
this
you
is
do
a like big fight. We need health to stay up for a while.
Mhm.
The lessers, and if it's just to get someone from unconsciousness because they're dying, you got a lesser.
Yeah.
Or
People on our
a
belt, so
minor,
they're
sorry.
easily accessible for other people,
Of
Yep.
course, everyone's like, "Here's my one." Okay, this is where you look when I go down in a fight.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah, one
so and get rid of all the bones.
All the,
right?
except for the
All the
giant's-
bones. Yeah, the
giant's,
giant's
Cyclops
head.
You can put that on the boat inventory, I guess, if you want to like put on the boat.
Wait, what are we?
One elixir
What?
of life lesser, one
One
elixir of life
that's what it's
minor.
called,
Yeah,
I think.
the chemical bones. Yeah.
Yeah. Minerness. Yeah.
And how much gold, sorry?
I just grabbed all 10 for now. Sorry.
No, that's
On my
it's,
character
it's
sheet.
not that much.
Yeah, I figured because I've been paying for like the docking fees and the stuff. I'll just keep doing that.
Ah, that's fair.
He wants to do a thing for the docking fees.
Yeah.
Yeah. The outpermits looks, happy with enough with the deal, and kind of
Same.
just takes it back and takes it back. And he's like, yeah,
Probably could have
Good
pushed
doing
a little
business
bit
with
more,
you.
but I figure overall it's
keep
a
him
win-win.
happy,
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
So that was good for us.
Pretty good. Made a little bit of gold, saved your ass, and there's a way to save all of our asses in the future. So overall,
And we have
pretty good.
this as I walk out of the shop with the necklace.
Yes, that.
Yeah, I don't think we should show that to the doctor
No.
So, it's-
with the bones.
so right
He'd
now
go full
we're
Sweeney
here.
Todd, but as a doctor.
This is House Harbor, right?
Yeah.
Close
The
to
boat
it.
is there. You can see it.
Yeah.
Look at that
Oh,
tiny
is
little
it?
boat.
Oh yeah. Okay. So I guess once we get back to ship, we should have a little discussion of where we want to go. No.
Mhm.
Let's sort out the plan. I can't remember.
I want to go do this. Ooh, right. So we need to get back to fucking
Also,
ally
What?
lizard
Oh.
man.
Oh,
Huzzy. Yeah. We need or somehow get word to Huzzy, right? If
were
possible.
we meant to do that? Oh shit. Oh yeah.
Yeah. That's why we were going through the bog in the north and we were
Oh,
heading
yeah.
south to Huzzy when
Oh
we got
yeah,
fucked.
right.
Oh,
That's
my
To let him
God.
know, it's like,
That's
hey, we
because-
talked to it. We have an area you can potentially live, but we're thinking still there's a little bit
True.
of history here. Maybe
Yeah.
don't come all the
Yeah,
way to town.
There was a discussion about that.
Yeah.
By the way, about the equipment on our ship, I kinda remember that I put the harpoons there, unless someone else took them.
No, the harpoon's on the ship. I see him still there.
I don't.
It's in weapons right at the top. You have to go to the inventory tab.
Yeah, they're
Yeah,
there.
they're the top two things.
Yeah, I'm in inventory tab, and
You don't see harpoon right at the top.
the weapons compartment is empty.
Which boat are you on?
close tight.
What?
There's only
It's
one
empty?
for us.
Oh, there's only one for you?
Yeah, I
It's
see it.
it's
A harpoon
that's
too.
really weird.
That's a weird bug. Yeah.
Too.
Because like
Did
that's
you
then
what
see
I
the
see.
leather armor shark skin? Like underneath it? Or like at the top then? Or did you like make a picture or something?
Yeah.
Hey, good to say though. I
Okay,
have more
that's-
HP than the boat
really
now.
weird. They're there though, I promise you. I can remove them, just add on 2 more and see if that fixes it, I guess.
I mean, I think you've just closed the web. Oh no.
Nope.
Did you?
I did it this
Oh,
way.
Ian's just did it. Remove. Oh, yeah,
You see it now, Ming?
close tab.
No, same. Unless I'm clicking
the
on some
fine fuck.
Have you like
component.
somehow closed the weapons tab? No, you can't do that.
No, you
right?
can't do that. No, I thought that maybe because if you remove the harpoons just as I clicked, I thought, oh, you can close it.
Oh, you were like, you did it.
Before that, yeah.
Can you add 2 harpoons to it, Miha?
what-
I'm so confused.
Makes no sense.
You did roll a 4, did you say info? Alright,
I
alright.
added the knife now.
It only has a fort save.
No, you can drag it. You can do the control space and like drag it in, right? If you want to
Yeah.
add things into it. So
Mm.
try it, right? Okay, but it doesn't really matter anyway. You messed around with
They're
it,
there.
maybe you figure it out. But then don't worry about it.
Okay, I'll reply. That is
There now.
yes. Hazi first. We have dallied a while, so should make haste. And then I am torn. Maybe go back to Old South Reef. I do want Merrick's opinion on the necklace. Also want to go to Port Peril. See if we can get more kind of look at Nate adventure.
Yeah.
Explore.
And I can give you advice on the necklace. When we're in deep water in the middle of the ocean, throw it overboard and forget about it.
But it is, even if it is evil, it is valuable and rare.
So you want to give a piece of evil magic to someone with money and with a lot of money around here.
No. Want to
A
keep it.
pirate king. Or
I
someone
still think we should keep it and use it so people with bad intentions don't get the chance to.
Okay, I mean, I said my piece.
You said your piece. It's true. It's true. It's true. I will say something. I'd say you recently, we've done some reading into occultism. You try to, learn all you can for it's very useful in the world, and particularly perhaps you've been, remunerate. There's a word, right? Or when you think
Remunerating?
about- Remunerate. That's when you like think about something, right?
Remunerate, yeah.
Yeah, when you've been remunerating exactly on this problem of like how to contact people when it's far away, and part of your this coupled with the occultism teachings you've been reading, you are aware that there is a spell, there's specific magic which is possible to do it, but there is one which is probably the easiest to get at it's at low level for less powerful people, which would be dream message, which is only a third level spell that can has a range of planetary, and it is so it is like kind of realistically kind of saying that people in a world like this where you actually don't need to send a message far away, it's like something
Someone
that
could have
probably
like a
quite
service shadow setup
exactly
or whatever.
exactly
Okay.
exactly right, that decent sized town, that probably someone you could find who would be
How
able
much is
to do
a
it.
third level?
18 gold pieces.
Okay. It's like
Probably-
all of our profit.
Yeah, right.
Got it.
I mean, some people would
Let's
say
say
120 worth of
unbelievable,
potions
no.
was also profit, It just profit
True.
you chose.
True. True.
But yeah, just this is something you recently read about or heard in your
Yeah.
life.
Okay. So I'd make that as a suggestion before we actually fully undock and leave, since we technically have the rest of this day paid for.
Mhm.
Is one option if we don't want to, travel back and open up the possibility of Crixel getting fucked by a mummy again. We could potentially get a scroll and do a dream message to Hasi.
Yeah, I mean, you would probably know when you're. It's sorry, a little out of game thing. Probably no one would actually cast in pies. You would actually pay someone to actually cast a spell.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
So not necessarily a scroll. Yeah. Just more like
But
someone actually casting.
someone to help
Yes,
us
yeah,
do
exactly. Yeah.
A dream? Would he know it is real?
We should. I think. If my understanding of the spell is correct.
Okay.
That's very useful.
How many?
Beats walk in Dark World.
It would be many days, yes.
Mhm.
I think that is best, yes.
So we can go try to find someone to do that for us.
Okay.
Okay.
So,
We head back into town.
Before we set off, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, we don't really need to copy all of it. You find someone who seems spellcaster for hire, above the door, and they quickly like kind of have a price list of all the spells. They say like this is what it costs. It's that way. It's what if you pay this or you don't get. No, doesn't really seem a place you can haggle.
Yeah.
At least they seem quite busy. And
is it listed as 18?
It is
All right. I will deduct
lawful
18.
place. They follow the book.
Yeah.
they play law in this.
We
in this town.
appreciate that, really,
Yeah, lawful evil is
Rather
better
than
good
money
neutral. I
first.
agree.
While we're there, can I find a book on... Well, my first instinct would be the Pathfinders. Like a book, because they make books, right? They write
They make
journals and stuff.
chronicles, the Pathfinder
Yeah.
chronicles, would be thing.
If they're like common enough, I would like focus on the Pathfinder book that deals with magic, like Arcana.
Deals with just magic and go. Yeah, it's a bit of a vague topic, so you certainly could find a.
Maybe like a member of the Pathfinder Society that is a trained wizard, and that chronicles his own adventures.
Sure. We can do that. Yeah, we can just. There's like one. Everyone has a favorite Pathfinder that they read comic books for. You find one who's like a wizard. Yeah, it's like a different shop, but like obviously if you want to just go around and ask for it, it's fine.
Yeah, I'll go quickly break
A
off.
proper chronicle is quite expensive. It is 6 gold pieces.
6 golds.
Mhm.
Anything
You will
to
have
read?
if something comes up which the book is about, you get a +1 recall knowledge about it because you read the book.
Ah, nice.
It's like a
Could
scholarly
I-
journal basically.
Could I use my flask of fellowship on the pull it out? I have a let not drink with the merchants.
Alright, give me a diplomacy check because you have a drink.
+1 item bonus on the diplomacy check. Let's go.
Alright, let's see if you convince the guy to make it about that.
This is +1.
Oof.
Nice.
Okay, they're like, well, I don't think so. And in fact, I mean, that's quite a nice flash you have there. Clearly, you are, I'm sure this money is no problem for you. I mean, I'm willing to part with this beautiful journal for 7 gold pieces. It seems perfectly reasonable to me.
But you said 6.
Did I?
It is.
Oh, no, that was this other one. You kind of referenced it. That one, that's a first edition.
I.
Let me roll a deception check.
I
Did
kind of
you
like.
ask me to accompany you for this discussion, by the way? Or no?
I think I would have mentioned that I was gonna like go purchase some things. So if you want to come, then you could have. I wouldn't have.
I would have
you
asked
to
what
come,
kind of
but-
things. Because if I knew you were going to buy a book, I would have been like, fuck it. You're on your own.
Yeah, I would have said I was gonna buy a book.
Okay.
You think he's probably also trying to, like, make you pay more this well.
Okay, yeah, no, I just nod understandably, and I'll be like, oh no, it is. Actually, I am not rich, and I'll kind of like pour my contents of my pouch out on the table. This is all I have,
How much
which
is it?
is 13 gold.
Well, I mean,
Oh,
okay.
good job.
I'll give you 2 books for 13. Only 6.5 each. Quite a discount.
Is there another book in this particular series that he has?
Yeah. So the one you were, clutching was, about this,
Mhm.
let's say like Pathfinder wizard and his like his adventurous story, like, finding the ruins of a floating city and then, the cold north.
It's like the 7th book in the series or whatever.
Yeah, exactly.
Book 3
Okay.
and 9.
There's another one also featuring this guy that instead is like, looking into the magic of the old Atlantean Empire. It was, set somewhere near it, the
Ooh.
Shackles.
I'll actually gladly take that deal.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so he gives you both those
All of my
chronicles.
13 gold.
So nice. So my food's ready. So just sort of all really ready. So go.
Is this an actual item I can put in? Chronicles, hey, there you go, yeah. Cool.
Are there any fighter books to learn how to fight better?
I think
That's
you
the thing.
put
Like,
plenty
none of these
of-
books actually do anything really. It's flavor, right?
Yeah,
They
mostly.
give knowledge.
Yeah.
Oh, so you get like a little
Like I
item bonus
said,
if it's
flavor.
token.
Paying for flavor. Oh my god.
Yeah.
But that's D&D, baby. It's all flavor.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's why I'm carrying cookware all around,
Mhm.
always with me,
Yeah.
and
Your
can
multiple
carry
pounds of
everything else.
cookware.
It's too bulk, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So I
but
have
should
my-
you know? Are you taking it with you like on big excursions? I guess you would, right? Like for the
Of course,
when we camp and stuff. Yeah,
can-
okay.
we can like have broth when we camp.
Do you have a? Is there such a thing as spices? You need some salt and stuff, you know.
Oh,
Or
I
is
think
it-
there is.
my, I mean,
Sp-
no idea what
Mm.
is included in rations.
the classic thing. is
I
just
search
like-
for spike and everything's coming up as spike.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
See.
Salt.
Food.
Life salt. Sounds good. Nightmare
Oh, they
salt.
really don't go into like different types of food, huh?
Mm-mm.
Sack of rotten fruit. That's
that like a magic item, or-
Oh, that's food for a fungus slash. When you strike a creature with a sack of rotten fruit, the sack is consumed. While the creature takes only for bludgeoning damage. Once empty, foot is safe. Whether the creature is sick and well. So you
Like
can-
out of game, what do you guys want to like do as a party?
Scout thing.
Want to do like this? You mean like the trade route mission? No,
Yep.
doing the
Yeah, finding the
unexplored
trade route between, just because that opens up that scout archetype,
and
lands? I think
which
that was
gets
really interesting as well.
super useful.
and we don't really have much better anything better to do. I mean,
We
can
can't
go back
do.
to Fort Barrel
yeah.
and check the things.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
even
the
that's,
only
like,
thing is, I'm interested in this archetype, and I asked Ian about it. And he said he would
Mhm.
have a bounty board for it in Port Barrow.
Which one?
an updated one.
Yeah, he would have like a new quest for it.
Yeah.
Maybe we can combine it with the trade route, but I would like to go there.
Which one is it?
It's,
I mean, it sounds nice. We just kind of chill on the boat and do shit, random shit.
By the way, with
Yeah.
the three archetypes, right? You can just pop in the feats or what?
Yeah,
mean,
we have
no.
to gain access
Yeah.
to archetypes before we can take them. Well, I guess technically
Yeah.
you could take one as your level up instead, but
Yeah, I mean, we got the archaeologist one, right?
True.
But you still gotta meet the prerequisites.
mhm.
So I think
It's-
archaeologists need to be like survival or something. I can't remember. No, society. I mean,
Yeah, I think both maybe even. There were
Mhm.
definitely two.
no.
Central
Okay.
Society. Oh, I'm not trained in society, pretty sure.
That would be a bit of a problem.
Okie dokie.
You did
So,
level
yeah.
6
We-
as well.
So what
And have
exactly
scout.
side do you like have the message sent to Haji?
Yeah, I mean, again, I think it's like it says 1 minute or up to 150 words, something like that. And I don't want to go into the specifics because I don't think we want to deal with 150 words.
Yeah, yeah.
But
But
an essay.
it's just that, hey, It's Altair. This is a message to your dream to let you know that we discussed this with, like, they're kind of like the things that you wouldn't hear in a dream, right? To make sure that they know it's not a dream, specifically. That we did track the signal to the north. It's in the eye of the storm, so we can go no further. You are safe to travel, south, obviously, if push comes to shove. We even suggest potentially doing that against the oncoming potential. But at this time, the elders of our village are not fully comfortable yet, based on history, for you to live at the same place.
Yeah. Cool.
And then if there's still time or words left, it's like 20 miles north-ish. There was a decent spot that they might be able to settle in.
Right. Yeah, that's 150. Cool. Yeah, its spell has a bit of a duration, so casters spent a little bit of time casting it, but eventually they did not. Job of message is sent.
Thank you.
He will receive it next time he sleeps.
Good.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we head back to the ship and start sailing towards Port Peril,
That's where you're heading in?
I think.
I thought.
Yeah, so the question is either if you go
Still
straight to
on-
Port Powell or if you want to like do a pit stop, or like not really a pit stop because I don't think it's on the way. Let me double check. Towards
Not
Old
really.
Reef, but yeah,
Yeah,
we're gonna be
could
quite far.
Go back
like,
there. Yeah,
we're
because on the
apparently
map,
gonna
Port
go-
Peril's down here, right? That's what this big thing
Yes.
is.
Yes.
So we
it's
could
far, but-
theoretically go west and then south down to Port Peril versus full east to get to Old Soul Reef.
Yeah.
I think we don't really have any worthwhile updates or things to really check in on
It's
in
true.
Old Soul Reef, so I'd be okay without going back.
Yeah. I don't think it's worth to just for the necklace, although in character I would kind of want to do it, but it's fine.
Out there, by the way, like on the journey while we're sailing, maybe suggest selling it to the oddities guy.
To the what, sorry?
The
Hmm?
oddities guy in Port Peril.
The
the
oddity-
oddities guy.
Yeah.
Oh, the oddity
Yeah.
guy. Oh, yeah. Sorry, yeah.
Hector?
Mm-hmm. Hector's
But-
House of Curios.
He did
Yep.
not respect his collection. Bad treasure holder. Messy. I would rather throw it overboard than sell it, but
All right,
much
let's do
rather
that.
keep it.
I have worries about what that would do, but
I am not
Choice is
wearing
yours.
it. So I cannot use it. But
you want to.
Oh.
I understand.
maybe sometimes, if it's really needed. If we are in trouble, might save us.
The hard part is, how do we know we're in trouble? Because I don't think it just turns on when you wear it, right? There's probably some form of attunement requirement, which takes time.
If you invest, you can invest by like putting it on, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh. Never mind.
It will be tough to do while fighting, but with a little bit of time, I can wear it.
But
And
you know that it works, kind of like by absorbing stuff, right? So obviously, if
Yeah.
nothing's absorbed, it won't be doing anything.
So maybe when cornered, but not when it is too late. I will keep it safe for now.
So it absorbs souls, right? If I remember correctly.
Maybe a little.
Could it capture souls of evil beings and trap them?
I do not know how souls work normally. Maybe they don't mind.
Who can say how souls work? Is that a tough question?
I'm pretty sure Nate knows all about this.
Oh yeah.
Sounds
Give
like
me
a
a religion
check.
check if you want to know how souls work.
I do know that you've already been cursed by a god once. Most probably, at least the good gods, probably wouldn't look fondly on you messing with people's souls.
But there is a god of souls, right? Sure.
Yeah, not
So,
yeah, Nate. You know a pretty good amount about souls.
Yeah.
You know when creatures die, I'll do you the short version. They the souls go to the boneyard, which is basically like the place souls wait to get their judgment. There's this one goddess called Phrasma, who's like the big old god. She basically judges all souls and decides then what happens to them, whether or not they get sent to what plane, they get sent to hell, they get sent to heaven, all that shit. Yeah, it's pretty cut and dry.
Oh.
She says what happens, it happens.
So how can a dead soul be judged if it's trapped in around your neck? Huh? Explain that to me.
It's not the full soul, right? It's only a part of the soul.
not sure.
Which part?
I think, depending, probably whole soul?
The way I wrote it, actually, it does say a portion of their soul. So that's at
Oh.
least how you interpreted it. That it, isn't half enough to absorb the whole piece of soul, but just some of the
Oh.
life essence.
That's only a small part. They can still move on.
Didn't say a small part.
Maybe necklace belongs to this Pharasma.
So the soul can't be judged fairly if it's not the whole soul, right?
I mean, one other way to look at it, right? The goal would be to only use it against potentially evil, wrongdoing type people. So, in a way, we're kind of protecting them from eternal damnation. If they couldn't be judged. Sure, they're stuck
Yes.
in this limbo forever, but surely that is better than
Should
hell.
be judged. If they're
Is
evil,
that
they
an-
should be judged.
Argument for using?
And
it,
if like
or-
a small portion of their soul prevents them from being judged, there's something wrong with the system, is all I'm saying.
Yes. Decided by
Like,
life, not
You
life.
can't blame us for exploiting a flaw in a system.
True. I never blame you.
This is why I think
We're the player characters.
Mhm.
advice from Marek would be useful. Maybe once I get gold, I can send him a dream. Any reply?
No? I mean, I guess theoretically, yes. If he had access to the same spell and cast it back to you, yes. If
He
not,
has
then no.
never sent a dream before, even when I nearly died. So, doubtful.
Good.
Right, but
Plot
that's
time.
also... It's hard to know what has
I've
happened.
died
A few times, that's true.
yeah. Even in the backstory.
You could basically flip a coin at any moment, and that'd probably be as close as you get. Okay,
But to Port
So-
Peril this.
Port Peril.
Yes.
And
Gust to wind our way over there.
You got to win your way over there.
what we'll be doing there? What's the plan?
We see what we can do. What fits us.
I'm
Exciting.
also very much interested in the thing we overheard about someone looking for assistance with finding a trade route to the east.
Unexplored lands.
Mhm.
Dangerous. Johnny, what would you want to do? No surfing. Bounty boards, I'm sure.
You don't know.
Well,
Let me
you know.
quickly make it.
Maybe. We're just helping you out, bro.
I'm fine with the one that makes us travel most. on water, of course.
Also like the journey?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
All about the joke.
You know, makes us sail, explore the oceans. I like that.
We need to get experience for when we get bigger boat.
Exactly. Okay. Cool. So you start going on with haste towards a port peril. Yeah, that takes about 2 days. I checked. When the wind is very fast now. You in Speedy Gonzales with the boat.
Huge.
I guess there's a way that you to prevent them coming along the water. You see, also as you travel, like, wherever on the Grand Canal, not this area of the ocean is much more kind of like, before where you've been sailing, there's been like very few boats. Maybe you see one, like, I honestly think you don't, like during your travel to Solent, you never saw one. When you were going down to Portpel, you saw maybe one or two. This kind of area amongst the islands itself, it's clearly more busy. You see other ships passing during a day, not like a fucking busy road, but a day. But in a day, maybe you see 5 to 10 ships on average, kind of
We're
sailing.
gonna have to like steer correctly, not to crash into them.
Yeah, make your parking skills are going to be tested. So let's see if there's a little matchmaking. It's quite a peaceful bit of stretch of road, but you
During
never
this
know.
time, I will go back to like drawing my map.
Oh, beautiful. So Nate, give me a roll to see if there's an enemy counter.
20.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, no, it's a quite peaceful stretch of ocean. There's enough ships on it that it would imagine that it's unlikely for people to really choose this place to attack. Without being spotted after a short bit of time. So yeah, after 2 more days, you make your way to the harbor of Port Peril. I guess I can activate that map. Oh, I should be playing not the Wilderness. I should be playing the open ocean. Or maybe now I'll play Port Royal actually as you arrive at Port Peril. What does this one sound like? Yeah, good enough. It makes you sound a bit too happy, but it's a happy place now. Everyone's happy. It's a sunny day. That changes everything.
Nate, this is how you remember it, right?
Keep the sun out.
Yeah, I don't know. The people are just not as friendly as they used to be in my days.
Pirates used to be much nicer.
They did. Okay. Where are you heading to Crescent Harbor? Like, just the same place you docked your ship before? Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta try to remember how much I scammed from you last time. It's good thing they make up the cost every day anyway, so it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah. I mean, it's late at night, so people are starting to wind down for night, but there's still somebody there as you go on up to moor the ship. I don't really want to offer ship mooring every time you do it, because it will happen a lot. Maybe like only once in like a new place, so you kind of get an idea of what the people around here are like.
Do we
it was
wanna-
1 gold a day, right? I charged it last time. I'm pretty sure. You're
You
muted.
want a more
Josh,
an
by the way.
east window? Or is it more expensive or something?
Mooring Eastwind is certainly more expensive, and you know that in fact, like if you pay enough, you can do it. But generally, people like your ship comes to Crescent Harbor first to like kind of almost do like the custom fees and stuff like that,
Sure,
and then you can move on. If you pay enough, you can probably skip that and go straight to Eastwind. But that's
I
quite a
have
lot.
0 gold, so that's
Okay.
impressive.
So yeah, there's some haggling, some weaving and dealing, but in the end, it's you kind of get it for about 1 gold a night again.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
How many days should we pay up front? A week?
Not sure if they.
Hopefully, not stay for long.
Yeah.
I mean, if we're going to do potentially that, find a trade route.
Oh, we're going overland with this.
I don't know. It's to the east, which would make
No,
me
it
think
was-
yes,
Yeah.
it's overland.
Definitely east. No, it was. I heard it was a sail route, no?
You
To the-
heard something to do with sailing, but it was like people were like at the route to the east, but also you're like is a little bit weird because it's hard to tell, like,
Yeah.
you can't really tell it. So that's why people were a bit like, what do you
Hmm.
mean find like a route to the east, like kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe pay for like a couple of days and then.
You can always come back and pay for more at like the next day or
Yeah.
whatever. Just stop by and add on a day or two. It's possible.
I'll send a dream message to the harbor guy. Instead of saying,
Maybe need another guy in the party, someone to learn this spell.
Well,
sure, Johnny has this soon.
it's not on final list. All the other lists.
Ah,
uh,
okay. Yeah, I
yeah.
don't
So
know.
you, however long you want, I guess. You.
Josh, make it go.
just did.
I mean, maybe a day or two, and then we see what we find out about the.
Yeah, I mean, you can come back to just
Pay up for
yeah,
more days.
yeah,
and-
exactly.
Yeah, I know that thing.
All right, so we'll do 2 days to start.
Sure.
2-day minimum,
Okay.
of course.
Yeah, of course. So there you go.
No way.
2
Well,
gold.
1 day is 5 gold. 2-day minimum is only 4 gold. So you always pay the
I
4 gold,
guess. Sure.
You
Yeah,
get it,
scum.
silence. Okay. Yeah. and
we
then you
take over
wanna-
the ferry.
Yeah, like if you're interested in checking out like that inn that had the big bounty board outside it, that was in Pheasant Harbor. Like the
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
and obviously if you want to get a drink or whatever, the inn's pretty nice as well. It's kind of late at night, when you arrive there.
I think we definitely should. Yeah. So maybe grab a beer inside and head outside.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean you
check
can
out
also
the
like
board,
see the
we need that.
board and then chat about it on the inside, kind of thing like when as you walk by. I can link it again if people want. A couple of things have changed. There's a 1 or 2 of the old ones still there. Actually, there's a few of the old ones still there.
Good stuff.
Post it again.
By the way, I always forget just how big Galorian is.
Oh yeah, it's a big place. Oh yeah, I'm gonna make a handout or like one of them sent with the map that you guys basically. I'll say like you kind of know that much about the world.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that map? I put it in above somewhere. Yes. Open a browser. Save images. Big old map. Okay, let me create a new scene. What's up?
Reward a great story.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Oh, did the island get overrun by the undead?
Oh yeah, you don't want to hear about what's happened over there. There'll be another quest in a bit. There's a lich somewhere talking about it.
Nice.
Yeah, so the archetype I wanted is Beast Gunner. So the monster
I
ones. Yeah.
Created the world. Yeah, no, not that. I've created a world map now, so you can go onto that like one when you want to check to kind of look. I mean, roughly this is your knowledge of like the world. I'll say. I mean, obviously you probably don't really, you don't actually know this much, but I know as players, you know something. So I like that this is like one that maybe you could find if you went to libraries or whatever.
We need vision, but yeah.
Outside grid. I'm gonna make gridless lighting, no token vision, save changes.
Ooh, baby.
And of course, here you see Iron Man. It looks a slightly different place in the other map because it is different.
So,
So where's Cheliax again?
All the way up north here.
Oh my fucking shit. Okay.
this is Ravenel,
Trade
Cantargo,
route
this is where
without
we...
going to Sheliax.
No. The trade route was to avoid having to deal with Cheliax.
Yeah. So,
Without having to do with Sheliax, yeah.
Yeah.
But where?
so my
Where?
bet is my bet is
Where?
that if you're looking on the map right now, that there's some form of Chilaxian group here
Definitely is. Oh,
who are not chill and
Yeah,
require
you
custom
actually,
fees to go through there.
Well, then I say actually, I can actually show you something. Actually, save image as this.
Can
yeah.
be in the big map?
Move into it.
the
You
road
can
map is
tab to
on-
it. It's up. It's up there. It's up.
So if you look at Port Peril and stuff on the top left, there's a, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
You
Oh.
don't.
Oh yeah, you changed it. Okay, thanks.
You don't actually, none of you actually know it looks like this, but because it's cool, I'm going to show you some art
Yeah.
of what actually.
Oh, cool. That's true.
Wait, did that work?
Let's
properly?
say easier.
Can I now show you this? The
What are you trying
resolution
to show
kind of
us?
bad.
Oh wow.
So
Ooh.
this is called
Ooh, pretty
the. Yeah, the quality could be a bit of work. This is known as the Arch of Aradin, actually, and this is like a monolithic thing that kind of spreads. Like I mean, you guys at least don't know. I mean, you guys probably don't even know this exists, but like in the lore, this is like this huge arch that kind of connects Avasan to Gavund, like those two giant continents. At one point, you don't know what sort of structures would have been, but this is basically where all ships now have to pass through if they're doing business with the Far East
That would
and
be here?
the other continents.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be there exactly. So it's like 50
Right.
miles long. It's fucking huge.
Nice.
And it's like basically you have to regulate all trade and naval traffic through the entirety of the Undersea. It's like it's pretty crazy the amount of like influence they have.
Yeah, it's Roman X.
Obviously, also goods and stuff get inspected if you try to take anything illegal. It's a pretty big thing.
Okay.
Does it say where they're wanting to go?
No, it does not.
It's a question.
Where?
So,
Because trading with.
As far as you
We
remember,
are
where
there.
the thing from the trading was first talked about when there was that stall called talking about like the new items basically out in Trade Revolt, which were being talked
Yeah.
about from the far eastern continent. So basically, you don't
Oh,
you
okay.
don't have that map. But no, like people don't fucking know about this. Like even in
Right,
live,
right,
you wouldn't
right,
really see it. But like the Water Glarian is big, and there is a lot apart from just these regions.
But
Right.
for like out of game, it's like is that Casmaron or whatever it's called,
Oh fuck, I can't remember. I think it's Casmon. I'm trying to remember the name exactly of it. I think Casmon.
or is that technically still part of the same one, or is it even the further eastern continents?
I think Casmoron is it Casmon? I can't remember it. I know like the region's called Kadira, like, but I don't remember the
Okay.
name exactly.
Right, Kadira is on this map.
Oh, okay, then it's perfect. Yeah, exactly. So, but Kadira, like it has obviously more and stuff to
Gotcha.
the
Okay.
to the east and everything.
Okay, so they want to get. Oh, Jesus fuck.
Oh yeah, we could
Hey,
go.
we need to make
so
a
there.
lake trade route, lads.
I mean,
Potentially, I mean,
River, not lake. What?
we could try, but that's.
No, look at
yeah, we should discuss this in character, right?
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, so you
Well,
maybe you see this and then you
this
go
is a
inside
problem,
the
but
inn and
yeah.
you
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think I have heavy swig before.
Again, remember, Tom, these rivers and everything are just like an abstract thing. These rivers aren't.
Yeah,
exactly what
I
they look
know.
like
I
and
know.
everything.
I'm just.
Like the big things like the lake, Octua, that's like the only one that's like really, always, in the middle of Walangi, to be honest.
And questionable water quality for sailing, considering where it is.
Right. The other
Yes.
thing we could look at is not necessarily going through all of those, but and in character, right, if we're looking at like kind of our idea of the map of the world that we have here, is if we could find some way, even just to cut off, right? Maybe so that we don't hit this point, but instead we find a line that kind of goes near the Sodden lands this way, and so we can skip that. A would make it the shorter distance, but
But
B
this
it's
doesn't feel like.
But there are mountains.
Yeah.
right.
Bad mountains.
True.
Well,
But
we
I'm
go
just
south
saying,
and try to find a
every
way
mountain has a
past
valley,
that
right?
way.
Tough to get ships through a mountain, but maybe.
Right, but they're I mean, mountains usually aren't just like impenetrable. There's a mountain
don't-
range, so there's peaks and valleys, and the valleys is where rivers would be.
Oh,
What about
I don't think
sailing
I've seen a mountain.
around south?
Yes,
I
the
mean,
map ends here. Does
you
the
have
world
to
end
go-
there?
Yep, it just falls
And
straight
the
off.
world.
No, it's there's further down. I've heard tales down there,
No.
but I'm sure it's significantly further down to the south, and then we might run into similar issues with a group there if you're coming around another part of the world of trying to get other fees from another part of the world, right?
Yeah.
It's
a
really
But-
finding a way
That's
to
reasonable
avoid
problem.
this point.
But if there isn't anything written on this map, that means there is no trade there, no? No communication. So
Potentially.
maybe unexplored? Meaning,
I mean, most of
There's-
this area, right, the Mwangi jungle, the Southernlands are going to be not greatly detailed in your typical maps.
I do not know much about the Mwangi, but I've heard dangerous.
Potentially.
Yeah, you guys are like sitting at a table, I guess, inside the bar, right? When you're like chatting about this. Cool. Just so I can have an idea.
I do like going south, but I am no old sailor.
South is definitely an option, but I think they're probably aware that they can go south. It's the idea is it's too far. Right?
What if no one has thought of it before?
You can ask them.
Everyone only thinks north. What if south?
A very,
I
very sage way of looking at it, bro.
would I know anything about past voyages down south?
You know, it's very, very far, and that you know you haven't really heard. Like you've heard people like go down to explore, and like I found like strange like people or different cultures or that kind of stuff. But nobody's ever talked about like sailing around it from the bottom or anything. No one's gone that far. At least no one you've heard of.
Okay. So, we could be the first to sail around. Huh?
I mean, yeah, this would be like in our world history, right? The first group to go south beyond
In
the
Magellan
southern.
It's
Yeah.
true. It's true.
But, saying that, we might need a bigger ship.
I mean, definitely. It's that, and I still think the distance may not be worth the cost, right? At some point, it's worth it to pay the fees rather than add 2 months of travel time, right?
Yeah, but who knows what we might find in unexplored lands.
Of course. There's always that option. I just think
Gold.
they're looking for the most efficient way to get there while avoiding those fees. And if we're going to take that, I'm not saying we have to, right? But if we do, and I would prefer to,
It
then
sounds exciting.
Mhm.
Okay, but say we go north, we need to avoid the eye, which possible, but
we know how to do that.
Yes.
Well, we just stay close to the coast.
This I
Mm,
do not think would work. This is big city?
Easier.
So, yes. It looks big city on the map. So if it is, then already taken? Not much worth exploring.
Yeah, potentially not. So I think our best
Maybe
bets
deeper
are,
in the land.
yeah, somewhere to the south, right? Like down in this area. Try to use this river area. Or we head north into the Southernlands and try to find a set of rivers.
Like,
It's
what do you
looked
know
through.
overhearing Crystal? It sounded like, not necessarily like, the person who was like asking for people knew exactly something, but then it sounded like kind of they had at least maybe like, it was something they were looking for people to take on a job, right? Not necessarily like people who do it.
Yeah,
all the
I'll
time.
mention
Yeah,
like
the whole thing.
Yeah, exactly.
They might have an
I'll mention,
idea,
like,
but they need it
Exactly, right?
we should ask for more information on
Sure.
how and what.
I like that idea.
Okay. Also, by the way, as you've been, sitting here in the bar, it's quite a raucous atmosphere in Port Peril. And at a certain point, you see like a table not too far from you. People are playing dice, like some sort of dice game. And like in the last couple minutes, you see like there's been like a lot of like noise, like exclamations from there. And then basically like a group of a few people have like stood up and like so on. And then the one of the guys who's kind of left behind, kind of at the table, kind of like joking at them as they go, kind of looking around the room, like you see he got a beer in his hand, and he kind of spots like the table before, and he's like, "All right, hey, fancy give him a dice?"
Did the ones who left like kind of leave dejected, upset, and this guy's happy because he won?
It's not that unhappy actually. One of them looks fairly happy. One of them looks like a bit like annoyed, but none of them look like angry at all.
Okay.
What,
Can
have
you
a game
describe this
mode?
guy?
Yeah, I can describe this guy. A bit of a stomach to him. Clearly enjoys his beer. It's pretty sunburned. Probably too many days working on about much cover under good exposure. Red nose. I'm not sure if it's just for the drink or it always is. Maybe 40s, about that. Human. Kind of going bold a little bit. No? Alright.
Well,
I gotta look at the others first, because
I have been cursed by Caden. Not good idea.
you were.
Oh, but this is a game of lying, just as much as about a game of luck.
Lying? Illegal.
Yeah.
No?
Gambling. It's being able to read your opponent.
That's the one.
Well,
Fine.
I'll take you up on that, and I'll head over to his table.
Do I need money?
Yes.
Yeah,
Kind
so,
of said exactly.
so I'm going to go meta a little bit. So what I saw it could be fun if everyone wants to do it is we could play like an actual game of Liar's Dice, which is a very simple dice-based game, which we can like all play like an actual dice game, and it does have like dynamic involved. Or if you just want Altair to play a game, whatever, Altair can also just roll little games and they can narratively just play a game in the corner, or just an option if you wanted to. But it's kind of
Johnny,
like
what do
up
you-
to
what do
the
you wanna
party because like it's also at a game like it is like an actual game. So obviously I don't want to do it if like people don't want to do it.
I mean,
So we can flex.
yeah, I mean, it's interesting.
Oh man, 5 people's perfect.
That's a follow then, yeah.
Good spot, Crixel.
All right.
I have some
Do
silver.
you guys know how to play? I know, don't worry about it. I can explain.
Well, I know of many games you can play with dice. Which one do you suggest?
Liar's Dice. There's quite a few of those as well.
Okay.
He's like, all right. Do you guys all know like the poker hands, like out of bank? You ever play some of that? You have like 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 of a kind, straight flush, that shit. Yeah.
Yes.
Although this game,
Heard of it.
so I got this thing. He kind of holds up like like a little cup you would put over dice. Like put over dice, give it a shake, and you see like this rattle. And he says, alrighty, and now I take a little peek. And then you don't see what happened. He's like, alright, I rolled 2 pair, 2s and 4s. And now, the next one of you, I pass it along, he kind of gestures passing it out there. You gotta beat that. And of course, you can also say, maybe I'm full of shit. Maybe I didn't roll 2 pair, 2s and 4s.
Mhm.
So in that case, you say, bluff.
And how many
I
dice
show
are
you-
there? 5?
There's 5 dice. Yeah, like a poker. We can have them poker
Okay.
hands.
I just wanted to make sure because you're playing odds, right?
But then, of course, you gotta beat it. So I roll 2 pair. Alright, you roll. You gotta beat 2 pair. Of course, if you don't beat it, you can always say you did. And it's the next guy who has to decide if you're lying or not.
Right.
Game goes round. If you call somebody out on it, and they were lying, they lose a life. He kind of, has like a stack of like pebbles, kind of like red and black and white ones. Lose a life, lose all 3 lives, you're out. So 1 goal to play normally. Depending on how big your pockets are, we can play more than that if you like. Oh, if you tell someone they're lying and they're not, you lose a life. You know how it is.
Right.
What do you
Okay.
reckon? Want to play? All right.
Is,
Well,
uh,
I look to the party because I'm in, but I don't know about
That's all
everyone
right.
else.
Oh, 1 goal.
Yeah.
Not too bad. Not too bad. Okay, so the way we'll do this is you can roll /R5d6 is like a self roll, and then you should be able to click reveal to everybody if someone calls you out on your lie.
How do you do a self roll again, though?
So it should be
Just
one of the
choose
drop down
self-roll,
ones.
one of the options.
So I want just double check that as
Oh,
players
right,
you can click reveal to everyone, right? For a self rule as well.
At least so, yeah.
Okay, so then if you right click that, any of you, can you then show me what you roll?
I'm
Just
just
somebody-
doing a test roll with a d6. Did it
Okay,
work?
somebody do a 5d6 just so we can show how the game works and then do something. So so the game works. Okay, so Tom rolls 5d6, then you reveal it, Tom. If somebody calls you basically say what you rolled. You say you lie or you tell the truth.
Mm-hmm.
So you can say I roll. So just say something, I guess, as an example.
2 pair.
You got 2 pair? Oh, I want 2. What? I mean, you have to say exactly what 2 pair. But someone else can beat you with a different 2 pair.
Oh, right. It was a
was higher numbers,
pair of
isn't it?
3s and 2s.
Got 3s and 2s. Oh, that's bullshit. You didn't roll 3s and 2s. Yeah, let me see.
Ah, you got me.
Oh,
Just one pair.
You're for that shit. All right, so then you lose a life,
Oh.
and it keeps going around like that.
Yeah.
By the way, is
Okay.
there a way to see the basically the single rolls?
Yeah,
Yeah,
if you
just
click
click on
if
the
you
front.
click the 15, it shows what each of the medals available are.
Oh,
If-
cool.
You see? Alright, so
Yeah.
he's like, alright, one gold each. And he kind of, like, you place in like a pile in the center.
Yeah.
I
I guess I'm
like,
covering Crixel.
We'll just go
Yeah,
down in the order in
please.
Discord, so like me, then Crixfield, and Altair,
Okay.
and then the other two. And he says, alright, I'll start, and we're gonna have 3 lives. If it goes on too long, we can always back on yet too. He's like, alrighty, I'll go first. Let me see. Oh baby, poo pair already?
You lie.
I'm lying. Well, I didn't even say what they were. Alright, I'm lying. Alright. He kind of shows you. He's like, look at that. 5s and 4s right there. You lose alive, my buddy. I kicks you down to 2 lives. but it's
Crixel's gonna be very good at this
he's
game.
like, the one who loses, they start first though, so he kind of passes you the cup.
Okay, so
It's just, your gambling, prowess seems to be very similar to your fighting prowess.
But he was
Straight and
It's very
getting
little
hit back.
I mean,
straight away.
lying at the beginning, you obviously can do it, but then it makes it harder for other people to do it in the future, right? So it's like a little kind of thing, right? Like it's also
Yep.
good to lie at the beginning, but then it makes it harder for the next person to beat it. But if they don't call you out on it, they have to beat that lie, right? So it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Still a lot.
Alright, well, what you got, bird boy?
I kind of whispered to Altair.
Hey, no, not at the table. I'm not having you whisper to your friend when you're playing dice, man.
Yeah. Unfortunately,
was
in
it?
this moment, we are all against each other.
Yeah,
It's not
that's
us
what I'm
versus
saying.
him.
I mean, you gotta beat me against one, but if I win, I day automatically you lose all your time.
I have 3 of the same.
3 of a kind. Oh my god.
3 of the 3.
Alright, he kind of points you out there. You reckon he's telling the truth, your little friend there?
Do I really want to get Crixel out this fast? Yes, I do. I call.
You call it bluff, alright?
Oh yeah.
Show him, bird boy. Freeze, will you look at that? Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Oh my, alright, alright. Sorry, I
Alright,
didn't get your
down.
name. Out there, was it? Oh.
Yes.
Alright,
Hearts.
you go next.
Good poker face. No one can tell. If
Alright,
it
Dion.
was.
I have 2 pair. 2s over 1s.
Alright, old chap. 2 pair 2s and 1s.
Mhm.
You gonna beat that, Nate?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, okay.
You call him?
So you do no, he's gonna beat it, he's gonna roll to beat it, Alright, and what'd you get?
Ooh. I got 3 of the same.
Oh my gosh. That beats 2 pair, that does. What number?
Oh, the highest, of course.
These 6s, my god, you're in trouble there, fish boy. Fish boy, bird boy, old boy, elf boy. Really funny. 3 6s, oh my. Alright. I mean, he looks at you, Johnny.
Did he not?
Would I lie to you, lads?
I think you are. I'm gonna call you out.
Okay,
And even if I don't, it's highly unlikely I will. So anyways.
Oh my gosh, he
did
did
it?
it!
He did it!
He
damn.
did it!
Okay.
Alright,
He did do
Tom,
it.
you're on 2 life, but you get to roll.
We're all doing really bad, by the way.
Yeah, I'm like, why you guys really,
For me,
you really don't have a lot of faith in you. You're down to 2 now, do you?
No.
Oh my god.
We've all seen each other roll too much. That's the problem.
Yeah, that's a problem. Like you guys.
How do we know the dice? I rolled a 3 of a kind, 3 deuce.
3 dudes. You kind of give you a look. You wouldn't lie so early, would you? No, I can beat 3 2s. I can beat 3 2s. He's like, oh my. Well, would you have it there? 3 4s. Blimey.
You lie.
He's like, damn it, you're right, I do lie. Kind of slaps you on the back. Oh, I don't lie to you, I do lie.
Well,
Like,
it makes sense again.
2 for me. Oh, but I'll bet you now. And he kind of, rolls him again. 2 pair though. It's not easy to beat either, no. sixes and fours.
Hmm.
Oh, blimey, in trouble, I reckon.
Right. You can't sense motive, right?
I mean, you can sense me, you can sense me all you like.
You lie?
Me? Lie? Why, I never. Shows you the sixes and fours. And you're one life, Pixel.
You're down to 1.
That's the Unicorn.
I do not understand. Oh. Two pair. Sixes and fives.
Why me should have ruled that last time and not called me out?
Hmm.
You should shut up.
Okay, I'll be a sore loser. Alrighty.
Come on, lad.
Just playing a game, son.
6s and 5s, huh?
It's hard to beat sixes and fives, son.
I don't think I've ever seen you roll that high with d6s before on your damage dice. Fuck it.
No.
Ooh.
Wanna try?
36s.
3 sixes, Nate.
Yeah, I'm not sure about it.
you call him out?
Yeah.
Alright, let's see
Alright.
the sixes.
Oh, the six.
Oh, almost. Okay,
So-
you also lose a life up there?
Mm-hmm.
You also in 1 round? Okay, you roll first.
Oh, yeah.
Not doing that badly.
All right. 2 pair. 3s over 1s.
Okay. I can roll better than that, I think. Oh, okay. Let's see.
Oh, and just like in 2-pair poker, it's like the highest one that counts more. Like a 6 and a 1 beats a 5 and a 2, for instance. You know, you count by first
Yep.
one and then only the second one fixed dice.
What were your numbers again?
3 over 1.
Pair threes, pair
Oh.
ones.
Okay. I guess that's more than you roll. Four
Okay,
and
which is
one.
what? 4 and 1?
Fours and ones. Oof. Johnny,
Just
just
enough.
like, just
Just
enough.
Johnny's
enough.
got 3 lives, right? Or is
No,
it 2?
Johnny's got 2. We called out Nate before, and Nate was telling the truth.
That's right.
Always telling the truth.
You know, I'll believe you this time, old man.
Gonna beat fours and ones.
Easy. Huh? John is feeling lucky.
Ah, don't you rub your vein like that, boy. What you got? What you got?
I got 6s and 1s.
Sixes, 3s and ones, 4s and ones, 6s and ones. Nah, there ain't no chance. Like, show him.
Nice.
Nah,
Damn it.
I knew it. Alright, yeah, so you're on 1 life in a row, Johnny?
Mhm.
Indeed.
Nate, I
Roll
just want to
some
know,
good.
Nate, did you roll the 4s and ones? I gotta know.
I
I
You
will
don't
tell you,
reveal
I
it.
will.
You
Well,
don't
no,
reveal it.
I gotta know.
It's like the same thing. I want to know if Pixel rolled the 6s and 5s, but I don't.
We'll never know.
You will
Alright,
never
it's
know.
you start, Johnny.
Right. I start now.
Go big.
Go big or go home, man.
Mhm.
What? Oh, you didn't tell me. It
It's
should be
it's a pair of 2s. You know.
a pair of 2s. I
I'm
can
sure
be a
you
pair of
can't
2s.
beat that.
Can be a pair of 2s. What's this? Oh, I'm not much better. Only a modest little pair of 4s.
Okay. Maybe he tells truth.
Maybe. There's always the first.
Uh, two pair as well. 2 and 3.
2 and 3.
Okay.
2 pair. No.
What are the rules for straights?
has to be 5. That's be all 5.
Be all five?
It's really hard.
Okay.
Yeah, it has to be all 5. Yeah.
On like small street.
That's not true.
That's what I thought. 6 eyes straight.
Blimey! A 6 eye straight. Imagine how to beat that.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that. Can you say it?
Oh, I mean, you got to show a hand that good, right?
They liar.
Yeah.
That was one off.
Oh.
So close.
I'm out.
Okay, you're out. He's like, oh, then it's you starting next little guy. If he's out. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh,
No, come on now.
it's 3 of 3s. Unlucky.
Unlucky for him.
3 threes? You're not sure. Yeah? You're not. You seem like middle of the road.
Village road.
So you're saying I'm?
No, he rolled. He rolled. No, he rolled.
Oh,
I believed you. I believe you.
All right. No need to think so long about it. You're gonna beat him off the dice, I'm sure.
I got a straight 5 high. 1, 2 through 5.
All right. Now I only gotta do it. It's very rare of both. I go you. Show me this straight. I mean, he did.
Friends.
I mean, I was gonna beat that anyway. 5 high straight. I mean, all right. I better be careful now. You kind of, throws away one of his pebbles. He's only got 1 left.
What's the status? What's the status?
You and
Have
Crystal both have 1. You're out, right?
Mia's
okay,
got
and
3, right?
Yeah.
Mia's got 3, so yeah, Nate is sitting at all 3 of the stories, and the rest of you are only on 1. He's like, man, that old guy sure without a lie. All right, let me go.
Experience. No one can beat an old sailor.
I mean,
I'm just lucky. I guess.
that's just a lucky few, I think, Bird Boy. You got 5s and 4s. Oh, mate, on the first roll. I mean, I guess you can beat it, right? You'll have to. I mean.
You lie.
I lied. Oh, you. Damn. I guess you're out, buddy.
I going to the bar.
I only
Alright,
3
Mia's up.
left. Mia, you start now.
Oh, shit.
Rolling.
No need to start to lie, guy. Oh, pair is fine. A pair is fine. Nothing wrong with 1 pair.
Yeah, it's 1 pair.
Yeah, nothing wrong with a pair. Well, you got
Once.
pair ones.
Ones.
I mean, that's pretty. I mean, I'm sure you.
Oh,
you
yeah,
can beat that.
I'm absolutely sure you rolled that, yeah. Pair of 4s.
I can beat a pair of 4s. I can beat a pair of 4s. No problem. Let me see. Pair of 5s. Pair of 5s. Easy as.
Pair of 5s. I can
Yeah.
beat it.
We can beat that. We can all beat a pair of 5s.
Hmm.
Oh yeah.
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 Oh, is that?
Your eyes ain't so good anymore.
Yeah.
What you
Um,
get?
I mean, if I decide to lose, what happens?
Whoa.
I guess I lose, right?
What do you mean you decide to lose?
I mean,
You want to lose a life on purpose? I guess, if you want to.
Your choices are normally you roll and you lie about your dice, or you call the previous
Yeah.
person on their roll.
You never need to do that yet?
Those are really your 2
I mean,
options.
I don't want to lie to you guys.
Okay.
This will be easy, this game. Oh, we got to
Yeah.
play again
How
after
is
this.
he
Yeah.
winning?
How's he ever was alive yet? Oh man, is this a lie though? Oh, if this is a lie, I swear you're a good one.
I mean, it's too easy. It's too easy.
Well, what'd you get?
Oh. What did you get? I
got
have like
I got a pair of
He
fives.
had a pair of fives.
I got a pair of
four,
fives.
3 4s.
You got wait. I noticed you got 3 4s. I mean, I guess he doesn't lie. He kind of looks at you, Johnny.
Oh,
Yes, he doesn't.
No,
yeah.
you're not gonna go on that. Oh, okay.
Is that more or less? Than
Three
normal?
fours. It's more
Better.
than 3 fours than a
Three
pair
of
of
kind is better than two
fives.
pair.
Oh,
It was better than 1 pair. Why not 1 pair? He's playing us all for fools. He's playing us all for fools.
Well, I got 3 6s.
No, you fucking didn't. Show me M6s. Show me M6s.
Got nothing.
You got nothing, boy. You got nothing. Alright, just me and the old man is it now.
oh.
Oh, fine. I couldn't guess it came out. These don't look like they never died in their life. Alright, alright. Me first. I'll start off small, pair once.
Pair of ones. I can be that.
You can be that. Blimey. Man, you do take your sweet time, man.
Okay. I guess it's a pair of 3s.
I can beat a pair of threes. No problemo. Oof. I mean, I guess gotta get a bit more exciting. Gotta raise it up a little bit. Stupid. Both own threes.
Nah. Don't believe you.
Don't believe me. Just like you, I'm a kindred spirit. No lies in me soul.
Uh,
All right.
Alright, down to 2 lives.
One.
You down
Turn.
one by one.
oh. It's a big
Just
one.
roll like 4 6s right now.
It's a big one.
A big one. He's starting off with a big one. You gotta start off small.
Nah. It's not a big one. It's a pair of 6s. Can it be that?
I mean, that ain't bad. Probably. Let's see. I can give it a shot. Man, I'm sorry, the dice just against you today. I got 3 2s.
3 2s.
3
Nah,
2s.
you didn't. Come on.
Shit. I do though. I really do.
God damn.
Oh, you do.
All right. 1v1.
Calm down to this. I mean, could have seen it the second you sat down.
Got
Time to roll well.
3 2s now.
You got the same. Did you forget them all?
No.
Kind of gives you a look. Scratches his like stubble. 3 toes on the first roll. I mean, that's hard to beat.
Would I lie to you, lad?
I gotta see him. Show me M2s. No, I knew you fucking did. And he kind of reaches into the middle and takes the gold. He's like, "I've fun a game, chaps." Man, how did I win? What the fuck? I've fun a game, chaps. He kind of takes the gold.
I rolled like absolute garbage the whole time.
Oh my god, you could just set a pair of 6s, man. You really wanted to go all in there.
Yeah.
He kind of takes the 4 with the fighting 5, including is off the table, and he's like, "A fucking lovely game, though. I mean, you." He kind of points you. Oh man, you had some stories about you. You did.
Good liar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all about luck, right?
Oh, not
In the end,
really.
it all comes down to luck.
If my eyes were better.
Oh, it happens. I got some more from Bale.
We appreciate the game.
Yeah, it was a pleasure. Shame
Not his
about it.
opponent yet.
He kind of laughs and takes a big slurp a bit, and then kind of goes up to like to piss in outside. Oh, and he kind of walks in.
Do not understand. Game of chance.
He got us, lads. He got us.
I'm seeing how long it takes before I can get like a full house. And it's a lot so far.
Just roll like 1000d6 and then just look for the sequence, right?
The number of times that I've rolled like 4 numbers in a row, like so 6, 5, 4, 3, and then 1.
I
Things
just got a full
that's
house.
crazy high.
Didn't someone get
Roll
it during the game as
4.
well?
Oh man, it's annoying when the other dice don't go away because I can't tell what I rolled. Okay, there we go. Still looking again. Okay, yep, still haven't.
We doing another one?
I don't think so.
Oh shit! I was talking. No. You guys just seeing table facts and rolling dice for next time. I'm just.
Yeah,
gonna
I have
go
my
through
own
them.
dice, so I'm just at the table.
Okay. BRB.
Nate, you have a lot of experience lying.
Oh, I wasn't lying, was I?
There we go. Finally, full house. 5s over 1s. Yay!
You're just not saying the truth.
4 of a kind.
Trying to be sly, like your pirate life. I see you. I understand.
I mean, it wasn't that hard. You were accusing everyone else of lying, so I didn't even have to roll that well.
I may be too trigger happy. It's true.
Unexpected, right?
Oh, but
How much
Speaking
money
of-
did you lose, though?
well, we all put in a
We
gold,
all lost
right?
a gold,
Well,
and then I
still
lost
have a
2
gold.
because I had to put in
Yeah.
for Crixel.
So total 4 gold, yeah.
Oh, so I need to.
There we go. 4
Wow.
3s.
But speaking of old men, did you see the mission where another old timer needs help?
Oh, yeah, I did.
Big monster.
Yeah, I mean, the guy is looking for younger people to help him. Not sure if he'll be happy to see me.
You
Yeah.
are our guide.
The reward is a little meh, if you ask me.
Oh, by the way, so just quickly, so you have now unlocked the Lion Dice minigame. You know, there are various minigames to be found around the world.
Yep.
Basically, at
Every
any
town we
inn-
go to is going to have a
DLC.
liar's
Actually,
dice.
at any inn you go to now, like a populous one, you can now choose to play liar dice. You know, we can play around. You know, a guy with show up to play against with stakes determined based on the place you are. So you can actually play up to pretty high stakes if you're willing to.
Yeah,
This
we
is
have
now a
no money.
gambling
This is a
campaign.
bad idea. Yeah.
And you're such a gambler, I didn't choose the poker minigame somehow. But no, you no money now. You know, in the future when you're gambling for like 100 gold a hand, oh baby, it's gonna get spicy.
Yeah. That's when 100% I would start to cheat.
Well, I think that's when you gotta get scared about cheating when you're playing for that much money, but that's when people fucking get killed, right?
Yeah.
It's probably like
But
magical
the
boards
idea
and
is that you can be
sensors.
just that good at sleight of hand, right?
Yeah. It's like, you know, it comes with the tone, right? I mean, yeah, if you're letting side hand, you'd be able to beat these shit so easy, and then it's like, well, it doesn't matter, I'm so rich, I don't need the money, right?
Yeah.
And it follows it up with you gotta, like, beat the casino. Alrighty, sorry. Go back to whatever you were discussing.
But by the way, out of the game. About
I
the
also like
wall-
that there is no location for the monster hunt.
Yeah, nobody knows where it is.
There's a... they just don't want to say it right now. Not everything. I mean, things don't have to... I mean, this is basically what's on the flyer, right? So on the flyer, this only has, like, a name and, like, you know, where that person is. So it isn't, like, you know, an actual...
Right.
This is where you go to get a monster.
True.
About the poisoner archetype, could that be useful for a fighter? I saw it requires medicine, and
So I actually wanted to talk about this. I was going to do it out of the game, but I can quickly say it in game to you. There is an archetype which I think you would probably be interested in. The only problem is you need to have better int for it. You need to have int 14 to get the archetype. However, I know like you don't really know it, so and I know you just added an ability boost. So if you, and even then it wouldn't be high enough for it. But just if in your mind, if this one is one you want to go to in the future, I wouldn't mind like retconning for you like right now because like you know you just leveled.
We haven't done anything.
But Vince, if you were interested and want to work towards, as you were talking about earlier, there's an archetype specifically called Vehicle Mechanic. which is all about maintaining one specific vehicle. But at high levels, you can like increase the speed of a boat, and you can like do special stuff like that. You can get your vehicle to operate with less people. At level 18, you can make it fly. So it's
Flying
like, you know,
boat.
the
Wow.
flying
What?
boat, exactly. So there's this archetype, so it does require it in 14. So like you wouldn't be able to get it even if you could boost it now. But if it was something you wanted to like work towards, you know, to get it like suit at like higher level, for instance, then I wouldn't mind saying you've put an ability boost in 18 instead of something else. Just for now, just when you didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Just when you need to work your way up to it. But you don't have to get it, just what you were talking about earlier, and I thought I would mention there is one that's like kind of about that. And obviously if you want to get better crafting in general, it will always be tied to int. So it's like it's pretty important for
Okay.
crafting.
Thanks. I'll check
Yeah.
it out.
Mhm. But in terms of poisoner, it could be useful for instance. I mean, you can put it on weapons. It would be more something you do beforehand. So you could
Yeah.
like, I mean, you could do both. I think poisoner actually has some stuff where you can do it like in a fight, but most of it would be like you've learned how to make poisons and like you can put on before fight. kind of
And
thing.
there's like a poison disease thingy.
Mhm. That's also useful. So it could be, yeah. I mean, there's no reason why it wouldn't be useful for you. You can put poisons on anything.
I mean, I'm not sure if it's really that useful, but most of the
No.
others didn't really seem.
But like I said, also if there is something you are interested in, like vehicles or something else, you can look it up, and I would like find something that fits it. You know, it doesn't need to be like right now.
Yeah. So we're going hunting for monsters, or what?
And that's one option. I personally would prefer to do the trade route first.
I do like trade route, but could take months. Long time.
And never could take long. So I take that one. We take another one, and we do them in tandem.
And yeah,
Maybe.
what the hell is a living monolith? What the fuck is that?
What the fuck is that? Oh yeah, I mean you're saying it's out of game, right? Because obviously it doesn't even say this shit in game. A
Yeah.
living monolith out of game is this weird fucking archetype about like ancient Sphinx magic, so basically like ancient Egyptian magic, where you like kind of have like weird like it's like weird magic.
Imbue
shit.
your
You gain,
body
like, a
and soul
connection
with the
to, like, a
patience and strength of
specific, like,
stone.
It's like, yeah, stone that you attune your body with, and you like kind of get better like death saves and weird shit. It's fucking strange.
Yeah,
All about like, you know, imagine like a weird Egyptian fucking magic.
Rough
It's bad.
prerequisites, by the way. You have to know ancient Osiriani and Sphinx languages.
Oh, that's pretty rough.
and
Okay.
trained in crafting.
Yeah.
Yeah, we moved the languages. Fuck. Oh, it says for PFS Noto, the music entry is just Osiriani language and training crafting. So you know that's not so
Okay.
bad.
And I
Honestly,
think
I'd say-
Osrizani is the most common
That's like a-
variant, right? Or in
I mean,
Garrons,
there's-
I thought.
There's
Osirian?
Osirian. Yeah, I guess.
By the way, just
But
because
obviously- if you want to
oh,
find
what language did you learn, by the way? Because you went up in int, right, Crixel?
No, Quicksilver. Right? Is it Quicksilver?
Oh, I've got a. Yeah, I did go up in it, but
Language.
I've got a language. Oh.
Osiriani. Oh.
I went with Jotun, by the way, for mine.
Hold on.
It's cool. I guess I'll have to look at the languages. I don't know. Is there like a.
Were you doing that based on that's what you think Cyclops speak, by the way? But there is a specific language called Cyclops.
Yeah, no, this is one I just in general thought. would
Okay,
be-
sure. Yeah,
Interesting.
Jordan is also a more complicated one. If you want to find out more information about the quest, obviously, we can also say, you know, like over the next day, you kind of go around and ask in town if, you know, we don't want to have too many discussions, you know, kind of on guesswork. So it's up to you, but, you know, of course, you can do that.
I'm trying to find a list of languages.
It's of the character on the first page.
Can you get some water?
Yeah, no,
common
no, I
languages:
mean-
Common, Draconic, Dwarven, Elven, Gnomish,
but yeah.
Goblin, Halfling, Jotun, Orcish, Sylvan, and Undercommon.
Gotcha.
That's here, by the way.
Yeah, fine.
Normally, you have to be able to choose from common languages unless you have something you believe would give you access to the others.
Surely I can learn Aquan, right?
I believe he told us that we could learn Iruxi from the Uncommon
Ah.
because, obviously, you know,
I do like that
We've been-
actually.
have a ally over there who speaks that.
Yeah, if I can't get Aquan, I'll do Uruxi. Yo, Ian, could I get Aquan
Oh,
as a
yes.
language, or is that too uncommon?
How does it? How
It's
about
aquatic
does learning
creatures, water elemental creatures.
How does
It's-
going about
it's-
learning aquatic language? Like, does it say like when you create your int? Did you choose like a common language, or what does it say? Like when you choose your language, I guess level 1 and everything.
Normally, I think it's a common language. Or ability.
Ability boost create concept you highlight that creates background choose that.
Okay, wait, also, selecting the multilingual feat, for example, grants a character 2 new languages chosen from the listed table to 1,
Yeah,
common
so
languages,
uncommon.
and table. Oh, so if, according to the way it looks, is like you could learn languages later in life from table 2-1 or table 2-2, which is common and uncommon.
Yeah,
Theoretically.
Yeah, okay.
That's what it says here, yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, I'm sure that you could put stipulations on it, like you've never met anyone speaking Shuni, so how the fuck would you have learned it?
Right. I get Aqua. It's people speak Aquan about. Sure, why not? Maybe you've heard stories. Maybe some stuff. Maybe you one of the Pathfinder books you got had dealings with some Aquan people in it, and they're like, oh yes, this is how they speak. I'm okay with it.
Cool. Yeah, I think I like them just that more than Uruxi.
No.
Suddenly, I'm wondering if I should have instead of Jotun gone with Moengi then.
Mwangi, is that just a... Oh, is that a regional one?
No, it's one of the uncommon languages, Moengi.
Ah, you see they're on the regional.
Having a positive, if you don't, this says you.
I didn't pick us.
Okay,
This
well,
does have
language
a, okay. I'm just trying to see in the language one. It does say, however, having a positive intent profile grants an additional language. You can choose the language from the list presented in your character's ancestry entry and from those available from your regional ethnicity. Ask your GM if the language you want is on that list.
oh.
So you have to go to your ancestries and.
But wait,
figure
I
out-
thought you got all your ancestry ones by default. Do you not get that? Wait a
No,
second, now
that's what's
I'm confused.
available for you.
What? Maybe I've been playing this wrong all along.
Yeah.
So it's
The
like,
human type specifically.
oh no, so on the Tengu Pet it says, okay, yeah, additional equal to your int modifier. So I guess you can increase the list once you can pick from that.
Yep. Choose from the list of common languages and any other languages to which you have access, such as languages prevalent in your region.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't think Aquan is that prevalent yet. Like maybe later you'll learn it more, but I don't think you've met that.
Yeah,
many
fair
people
enough.
that speak Aquan.
Yeah, exactly. What about
Where are
Uruxi?
the
Maybe?
elvish ones?
We'll see. I'll let you have. You've spent some days with Paddy. I'll say you can. That's okay. I'll be nice and generous and say like you spent definitely more time with Uruxi than Aquan.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. Okay. Right, and do we want to fast forward to tomorrow so we can get more information? Or what do you guys want to do?
Yeah, because it was that night, right? So yeah, I guess we sleep, go to the next morning,
exactly. Okay.
go learn a little bit more about, particularly the trade route. I think.
Did you want to? Oh, by the way, when you walk in the dog, I would just say you still see the ship, the Vision Albatross from the Pathfinders is still there, by the way.
Oh.
In case you were curious.
It's cool.
And then, yeah, you've also spoken, I guess, a bit about going to Oddity Shop with the amulet, right? It's also, I guess, a thing you could do.
Well, I suggested it, but I think
okay.
Crixel's
Quicksilver
very
did.
attached to it.
Very attached to it, very well. Okay,
It's his
yeah,
precious.
You,
I get
you
it.
get the ferry over, it's fine. Like, we wait around with some money.
Yeah.
And yeah, you, I guess, do you all you together kind of head? It's like a name of like, a person and like, like a building where you can find a person who's like looking for the crew.
Yeah,
If
definitely.
you all did it too.
Might as well go with all of us.
Yeah, it's quite a nice building in the, I gotta go back to Port Bell. It's quite a nice building in the East Wind. It's not too bad at all. Yeah, you go there, it looks like, you go there, sometimes morning, so it's fairly busy on the streets. It's quite a nice building, like I said, about 5 times. And yeah, if you do go in, there is... Yeah, it looks almost like, I guess, like a merchant shop, but more... What's the word? More business-oriented, I guess. Not like, just a shop, but probably, where this is where, like, people who own merchant ships probably are more likely to be, right? Rather than, like, the merchants themselves, if you get my drift.
Sure.
And there is, like,
Well,
somebody
sure.
behind the desk, a halfling woman actually, and she's like, "Oh, can I help you?" And she sees like before you walk in.
Yes, hello. We're interested in just inquiring a little bit more about from the mission board, the trade route that we overheard. You may need some assistance.
Oh, the job posting, indeed. The captain's been looking for a crew who want to do that for a while, but it seems that eager. Yes, I think he's free, but I'll go check. Wait here, please. And she kind of hops down off the chair and walks up into like some stairs actually up into a back room.
Well, she's gone. I guess I'll ask, like, do we need much sailing experience? I mean, we've sailed a boat, but I do not know much.
We'll find out.
Talons cross.
And yeah, she like just about a minute later, she's like, oh yeah, he's actually quite eager to meet you. It seemed. Please follow me.
Okay. Follow her up the stairs.
Yeah, she going up, and yeah, and the door is actually kind of left it open, and you see behind like a desk, like made of very almost like a captain's chair, very kind of big, and there is a quite an old man for sure. Maybe I mean, it's hard to say if he's Nate.
We're talking Nate or beyond.
I have a picture for you, and
Just for
he doesn't look as serious in this picture. He looks a bit more, like potentially like excited, at least sure.
Okay. I think similarly.
Yeah, maybe it's similar age.
Yeah. Just
Glorious beard.
Yeah, and when you kind of get up, he actually gets up from the chair, and he looks like, again, decently agile for his age. Probably not in his prime, but probably still keeps himself active. And he kind of actually walks around the table and actually offers his hand, to whichever one is you at first. And he's like, oh, Captain Wright, I hear you're looking for a job. And he kind of whoever takes it, he kind of pats it in both hands and gives you quite a solid shake.
Sure.
Like, please, introduce yourselves. He kind of shakes you one at a time. Shakes your hand one time.
Yeah. I'm sure we just all introduce ourselves unless someone doesn't want to.
You weirdo. I'm sure you'll introduce yourself.
Yeah.
Excellent. Oh, thank you. Good seeing now on any crew.
Oh, have I seen the captain before? Or
If you had give me a wait, do you have law sailing?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can use that. Use a sailor.
I'll give it a try as well. Mine.
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Nate. Okay, nice. Okay, Nate, you're also well, Nate. Nate, yeah, with your time over waters, and you're saying you haven't, at least your memory, met this man before. Like, there's a good chance, maybe you've seen him, but you wouldn't recognize him after all the years. But you have heard of Captain Wright as like a person, as like somebody who used to be like somebody who undertook long voyages, just like a merchant who you would hear about during your previous times on the ocean. You haven't. Just like a well-respected sailor, didn't really engage in. I wouldn't even say piracy. Didn't really engage in much apart from the transporting goods. And he yeah, gives you a hand to shake. He's like, please sit down. We can talk about what I'm sure you've come for.
Know more about this journey.
Yeah.
Journey.
We're quite intrigued by it. But I'll be honest.
Supposed to be a selling trip, or we traveling over land?
Oh, at least my hope is it's a sailing trip. That's the plan, at least. That's what I think it needs to be. And he's like, but let me. I'm interested. Let me tell me a bit about yourself. Oh, how long have you been sailing for? Do you have a captain? Or is one of you the captain? Previous experiences alike.
I mean, I've been sailing these seas for must be then how old am I?
Oh, shit, must be old.
That all. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Probably
40
60
years.
Oh,
More than that. At age.
40 years. Not bad.
He's definitely the most experienced of us. But I think all of us have spent quite a lot of time on the sea, on ships recently, as well as in the past, 5-6+ years.
I know the ocean well. I was a fisherman and a deep sea diver.
Yeah, they are resourceful lads. All
And
of
I
them.
really want to know how adventurous you, how much you willing to put on the line to get a job done.
I mean, he's had his head cracked open, I don't know, 30 times. So I'd say
I mean, that's the Tengu for you. He does the job well.
very well.
He's the best tango.
No problem.
Mm-hmm.
30 times more.
All right.
No, they were definitely intrigued by this, but I mean, really, we were kind of looking for more information just to make sure we understood what we were getting into.
Good, yeah, I'm glad you came. Glad you came. So, I mean, I guess, like, you know, you've been saying, you know, what you at least should know kind of gestures you made. There's difficulties, you know, transporting goods from the Far East, especially from Kadira and the like, to our little area of the world. A lot of custom fees nowadays, a lot of taxes on the boat. Some items they won't even allow to be brought through anymore. That's a real pity, that is. And I've long been thinking that, you know, we need to find, you know, for most goods it's well enough, but for the, especially some of the new items they have coming in the East, but you know, some of the magic they're working on, you know, it's not big, doesn't need a huge ship to transport it, you know, a decent one at that, you know, just a steady route where they won't go looking in where they shouldn't be. And I think maybe I'm close to finding a way through it. And he kind of pulls out a map, you know, similar enough to the one, you know, you have in front of you now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like,
We don't have this map of character, right? It's just we.
no, you've like,
Well,
you know the geography
Yeah.
well enough to, you know, like, know roughly where stuff is, but you don't have like a map.
Gotcha.
So you're trying to hire a crew to man your boat, or hiring a boat to with a crew?
But now, the way, I don't know the way exactly, to be quite honest. I don't think a ship has sailed that way in many a year, if ever. And I need to know it can be done. And if I know it can be done, I need to know it's safe and well enough that I can hire normal merchants to do the job and not need to worry about getting attacked by savages every few miles down the stream. So you'll find the savages if there are them, you'll find monsters if there are, you'll, you know, find out if it's a safe route to travel, and if it is, then I'll pay you very handsomely for finding out.
What route do you know?
He's like, well, and he kind of gestures down to the map. Everyone always tries it, you know, we always take the boats through the north. And it's because your eyes like light up.
Yeah.
So you're saying we'll be traveling south, perchance?
Yeah, a bit south. Not too far. We don't want to get too far from the journey's goal, after all. And he's like, well, let me show you. And he kind of like sketches out. You can see this line, right?
Yeah.
He's kind of trace your finger. So the idea is you go at least as far down as South here, and then through the ocean of Vidria. And he's like, now here, he kind of gestures. These lakes, I don't know if they're quite as nice as they look here. I'm not sure if there'll be some problems in the water. I don't really know. But all I know is I've heard, and at least I've had some stories from quite reputable sources, that you can take it almost all the way to the Shadowed Range. Up here. And he's like,
And then what?
well, then the plan is actually that I have an associate in Alkenstar. He's like, that's the capital of the Manor Waste, if you weren't familiar. And that's as far as you need to go. Simple as. The associate in Alkenstar will meet you. Well, not meet you. You can go over land to meet with him to show you got there safely. And then when we have proper business, we set up a simple, you know, land wagon, whatever, carriage going back and forth between the two, you know, ocean points we set up here. So it's just a little bit of a hike through the valley of the Shadowed Range to get to the water there. And yeah, right as roses, you'll be basically at the doorstep of Alpenstar, and they're able to trade with Kadira without going anywhere near Cheliax.
You
Sounds
will
simple
not
enough.
go.
I mean, what's
Sadly, reasonable enough indeed. Kind of, I mean, obviously, no one has travelled through Solo Land for a while, so I'm not going to lie and say it's going to be a safe or easy trip. But it'll probably be interesting. And
Yeah.
myself, if I were the younger man, I would. He kind of looks at you, Nate, but I guess that isn't really an excuse. I mean, I guess the bigger excuse is I got a business to look after and children and, you know, a wife to support. And I just put the days of being on the boat myself behind me, to be quite frank. Although, blimey, I miss it sometimes.
So I think that sounds like something we could do, right? Let's.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, you're
Sounds
very,
easy.
very up for it. Most of the others
How
get a bit worried about it.
how long do you think it would take?
What sort of ship you got?
Small.
It's good.
I mean-
Agile. We don't know how narrow the streams are getting there.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
Should
it's probably
be
one
up
that's actually
small.
fairly well suited for this type of a trip.
No, excellent. Can go in freshwater well salt. Perfect.
But
He's like trying. He gets out like a little bit of like it's like measuring distances, kind of like that thing. And I get out my other map, which is to scale. And he's like,
do we
well,
know how strong the currents are in those rivers or streams?
I mean, it looks like it's only about, what, 500 feet? That's easy.
yeah. When you shake about the comments, he's like, I mean, to be quite frank, I'm just hoping there's rivers the whole way.
Yeah, I mean we're traveling upstream, right? So
Indeed, it'll be, yeah, for sure. The journey to the Manoways is slower than the way back. Can confirm with that at the very least. As he said, at
don't
least.
have a big crew or to row, if we have to row. So might be slow going.
And hope for no waterfalls.
True.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah. 1 second, sorry, just trying to use a map. You know how it is. He's like, busy measuring stuff on the. Oh, alrighty, up here. Well, if we assume you have to go that way round, and then maybe a little bit up there through the screaming jungle.
Screaming jungle.
Oh, don't worry about it. I think it's just a name. We've already went through the jungle with the laughing trees and the hungry trees, who both right next to each other. You've already gone through that.
It's all nice.
They do, don't they? He's like, and then all about that, maybe a journey of about 2,000 miles.
And look at Nate to see.
So, by the way,
Yeah.
hiring such a crew as ours, that might cost a pretty pen.
I'm not a fool. I know it's a check, but the potential, if this is found out, if a safe route is discovered, I mean, I see the opportunity in it. That's how I made my money. If the four of you go there, come back in one piece, you're honest about what you saw, what dangers there are, you're aware that this is a safer route, and you map it out. Most importantly, kind of looks at you. I'm willing to play. That's up to 1,000 gold pieces for it.
What about the residuals?
Why me? He's also got a businessman. Residuals. You'd rather have a cut of the profits of my trade?
I mean, not a lot, obviously. I mean, this is a lot of prep that you have done. But as the people who are able to scout out and confirm the area is safe and map it out for you,
Yeah.
surely something small.
You never know what happens on the way. I mean, there are risks.
Well, that'd be even worse if it's residuals.
Risks we clear out.
Curses.
No, I don't know. I understand. No if. And things. I mean, it's more of it for you than you're assuming my business as well. I would not be able to offer you the full amount, but I could, kind of sense.
I mean, let's talk
I
brass
do
tacks. Like, how
use-
much do you think the value of your trade route would be in the long term? How much per year?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. It's not easy to estimate. He's trying to think how many shifts he's going to have passing through there. I mean, if it's as profitable as I hope it'll be, but of course, I'm always an
We could.
optimist.
Charge your own rate as, the one in charge. Lower than
I mean,
Chaliax.
You could easily make thousands of gold pieces for each buy.
I mean, all right. Let me think. I'm willing to offer a flat rate, 500 gold pieces, and 10% share in profit over a period of 5 years. Profit strictly from goods traded along this route, not my total business, of course.
That sounds reasonable. Okay.
Okay.
Say
Yeah.
we accept. How quickly would we need to depart? How much time would we have?
I mean, I don't know if it wasn't obvious, but I'm afraid I'm only going to pay you on a successful return. So, in my mind, it's up to you. If
No,
you wait
thank
too
you.
long, I have other people who might come looking for the job. Whoever comes back first with a map of the area will be the one I pay. So I guess the risk is more you than it is me. I
Alright.
mean, this isn't my main business, but this is just a little avenue I need to explore.
Okay.
Those terms sound agreeable?
I think we might as well, George.
No? This could be weird, I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
Man, I had to figure out what's a reasonable amount for him to make.
Sorry, I had a sneezing fit right when you asked that question. Didn't want to do it on stream. No, yeah, no, that sounds fairly reasonable to us.
Excellent. I'll have my people make up the agreement. Should be. I mean, it should take them more than an hour or two. They work fast. You're welcome to just come back in the afternoon and we'll get it all signed proper.
Okay.
And I'll give you the name of my contact in Albinstar.
Sounds great.
Well, I mean, he kind of looks you up and down, the four of you. Well, it's if you manage this, it'll be quite impressive. I don't know. I'm sure people have, traveled from one side to the other across this great continent before, but not in a long time.
Thank you. We were looking for something like this, so good fortune.
Like, well, yeah, I'll hopefully see you in the afternoon. And of course, when you actually set off, give me a ring. I'll go, have a look at your boat and give you a little farewell.
Of course.
Would hate to see your crew. I would hate to not see my crew off on their adventure.
Great ship.
Oh, but I
Let me
mean,
know.
I forgot which one of you is the captain. I mean, they'll be the one to sign it.
Gesture to Nate.
And sorry, I forgot what your name was.
Nate. I'm Nate.
Any
Old
kind of,
Souls Reef.
you said you've been on Old Salt Reef. You think for a second. I used to do some trading with them back in the day.
Linen.
I remember
Yeah.
my boats used to stop there, but not too. not quite
I've
big.
heard of you at least. Maybe we might have met in the past.
Hey, who's? I mean, sorry for assuming it. I don't remember the name of the captain. Whose ship were you on before?
Shelby's.
Oh,
Shelby was the
Captain
captain
Birch.
under.
I see. He kind of like nods his head. I do remember. She was out on the water a long time. She stayed out there longer than me before settling down. Oh, you'll have to give her my best. I mean, we didn't meet much, but we at least we're both well respected. We knew to offer each other our, what's the right word for you? Like when you replied, you offer them your respect.
Regards?
Regards, yeah, I guess, yeah. Like both. Give her my regards, why don't you?
You say
It's,
respected. Pearson?
Not to me. I'm glad that he kind of looks at it like not know what to say. I mean, I'm not sure what business she went up to, but happily enough, it wasn't attacking merchant ships like some of the others around these parts. So for me, she was never fearsome, at least. I had no bad dealings with her. I think she protected one or two of my ships. I don't think she did much, but I remember I think a couple of times we hired her.
Privateering.
Yeah, not many around it. We haven't done it at one point in time.
No.
Interesting.
Yeah, and then he kind of, well, come back soon.
There's none.
Yeah.
Do you say your goodbyes?
Yeah. Goodbye, sir.
Yeah, and
Okay.
you,
Once we're outside, I guess I'll say, so, sounds doable?
Yeah, of course.
Probably going to suck balls, but yes.
So in
Compared
terms of
to-
like,
stay underwater. That'll be great.
so in terms of like current and stuff, for instance, you like you talked about a little bit. Obviously, it like basically slows you down via the speed of the current, basically. So depending on if it's strong current, maybe it's like 10 feet, 20 feet. Really strong, maybe it's like higher, but So probably at least going there, you wouldn't be able to go with your max speed all the way. But going back, you'd probably go a little bit faster even.
Yeah, I mean, we have the wind magic thing.
So you're always going to go at an okay speed, even like if the current is strong. Like I mean, if the current counteracts a bag of wind, for instance, that'd be a strong current. Like if it was like 20 feet in both directions. I mean, 20 feet because of the current, and 20 feet because of the wind. But I mean, of course, like 2,000
Then we'd have to start
miles-
rowing.
Yeah, but the current shouldn't really affect it. But the current doesn't go in the direction of the wind, right? So that doesn't really how it works, right? So I mean,
Yeah. I mean, if we're
you-
sailing upriver, then the current is
Yeah,
always
normally
against
in
us.
these kind of situations, it would be that the current's always going to be going from the highest point
exactly, right?
down.
So it would
Which,
normally
and that's
go
the
from-
question of, is this the highest point? So it's always going to be traveling southwest.
Yeah, exactly. It's always pretty much going to be traveling southwest.
Yeah.
But I mean, yeah, just so you know how like rough distance at times, so it says about 2,000 miles. Like at your max speed, assuming no current, that you go 40 miles an hour, so that would take 50 days. So if if there is a current going down, maybe you go like 10 feet slower, or you go maybe 30 miles a day, maybe in between 30 and 40. So probably in the region of like a 2 to 3 month trip, depending on Oh, I mean there,
Yeah.
and then back as well. So it's
Two
well,
to
no,
three
going back would be
months.
faster. So probably more like 4 months in total there and back. Probably more like 2 months on average there and 2 months on average back. But it's it
It's
is
going to be quite the
it's
journey.
quite a commitment, yes.
Yeah.
Quite a commitment.
Can we
So,
be gone?
yeah, I
that long?
was.
I mean, I don't think we have any things we have to be doing right now.
Yeah.
Just scared
It
for
might
our
take-
town, I guess.
I think it's fine. We've removed the immediate danger, right?
Yeah.
And they have new allies.
They've gone back into hiding.
By the way, lads, I'm quite looking forward to this.
Same.
So-
I mean, I'm just it's sad.
Potentially see parts of the world that nobody has seen in ages.
Yeah. I'm just a
Something to
bit
put
sad
on
that
your bucket list.
we won't be sailing the seas for most of it.
Well,
But at least
still
we'll still be
time
close
passes.
to water.
Yeah, that's a bit sad. Do you know what?
Well,
It's
maybe we don't
adventure,
have to
like old times. And
go right away. We can do other things first, like say goodbye.
Sweet to be speedy, right, bro? If you're on fast,
I mean, I don't think we want to go travel 5 further days back to Old Salt Reef and then back to Fort Peril and then south. I think if we're going to do this, we do it sooner. In part because the deal we just worked out with the residuals, the sooner we complete this, the sooner we start getting those.
Can't we just send a message back to the village that we won't be back for a while?
That'll be enough. Yes. That'll-
And that
At least
might be a good
let them
use
know.
to go catch up with Hector, right? The Curios. He knows.
Oh, shit. Yeah, I guess.
He
Ah,
probably
we
has
should
a way of being
also-
able to send a message.
Should also go to the Pathfinders, see what they know about this route, about the area. Maybe they have information. But Adrian,
Yeah.
about the
That's
Jungles?
true. Yeah, good job. Well,
We can try.
hope-
I don't know how much they would be looking to assist outsiders from their core.
hope the rivers are wide enough
True.
so
But maybe
Real-
there ain't no river wide enough.
hopefully
the
mountains
valley low
are
enough.
low enough.
To keep me from getting that gold, baby.
But before, I do want to see, or at least hear what monster this is. Arak always told me about the great monsters of the sea. They often hide treasure, and they would stalk ships. It's to see that with own eyes would be stream.
We technically don't know it's something in the sea, right? It could be inland, over the ground.
Maybe. Would be disappointing, yes.
Come back.
But-
What's the plan?
At least hear the man out, no?
I mean, yeah.
Sure. We can spend some time looking into
I mean, just
the Monster
not
Hunter
much.
story.
I'm kind of, itching to go.
Okay, so what does everyone need?
I quickly wanna try and find out more about this monster hunt. Try and track down that old guy who put up the bounty.
Yeah, it's got a location to go. It's actually in Eastford as well if you want to like follow it.
Oh, cool.
Do you go to yourself or do other people go with you?
I'd follow.
Yeah.
I don't know if everyone
cool.
wants to, but I definitely would go.
Yeah, anyone who wants to can. And yeah, you come to like a house kind of. It's fairly nice actually. It's overlooking the water down here, so it's quite close to the water, so it's quite nice.
Wrong end.
Go back to
Yeah,
Peril
of
Map,
course, of course. It's like down actually in the south, but Eastford over here. Like down, kind of like in
The
the
high
little kind of
rises.
cove a bit. Yeah, exactly. It's pretty nice, pretty nice. This one actually almost has more like a lodge feel about it. It feels a bit more like kind of like close to nature. Not really
Okay.
close to nature, but kind of that feel. It just looks like a home. So it like to
Is
knock
there
on the door,
like
I guess.
is there a knocker or something?
There's like a knocker carved in like the shape of like a dragon. Pretty cool looking,
Oh, maybe Bell Dragon. Big treasure. Yeah, it's a knock.
And you knock on the board a little bit.
Dragon, have you seen a dragon before, lad?
No, heard about. They're like big lizards that fly.
Yeah. You don't want to see a dragon,
Have you seen a
Especially
dragon?
not on the sea.
Have you seen a sea dragon?
No, of course not.
Ah.
I don't want to.
Sounded like you did.
Okay, yeah. So you knock on the door, and yeah, after a moment, you hear a voice from inside being like, "Aye, wait a moment," and then like the door is like kind of heavily pulled over. Just a few seconds later, and there is a dwarf standing in front of you. I mean, short as dwarves be. Clearly, what are they wearing? Sort of like kind of armor, or like just kind of like leather clothing. If like could be armor, made of like some cool looking like hides and something like that. They have, you see, a gun at their belt. This one looks kind of like more like a normal gun. They have like a hat on. They have like all sort of things like that. I'm trying to see if I got some art. I'll give make some art quickly.
What kind of hat
This is a
though?
cool one.
What do you
You'll see,
think?
it's almost like a little bit like a cowboy hat with like
that's
goggles
good.
on the top. He's like, "Aye, what can I do for you?" He does look quite old, but I mean, dwarf
Greetings.
looks old to you.
I am Crixel.
Greetings.
I saw your bounty near the inn of. To say the name.
Yeah, deserves.
Sounds interesting.
Are you interested in joining for the hunt?
Maybe.
I didn't know your kind really cared about that. Oh, come in. Sit down. I'll tell you all about it.
Kind of look at the others and start following.
Yeah, I go in.
You walk in, yeah, it's kind of like a hunting lodge. You see kind of, like trophies on like, the mantelpiece and stuff. Also like kind of guns like above, like the fireplace, which is like actually on, even though it's quite hot. He's a dwarf, maybe they don't really like the fire. And yeah, and he kind of leads you to like quite, nice like kind of living room next to the fireplace. Like kind of, it feels very different in here than outside. It's very sort of like well sheltered.
Feels like home.
Hey, does it? You guys don't live up all in the G's or the mountains?
No, we lost flights. We come from Old South Reef. As of he knows it.
It shakes that. Although I've been up in those spots.
Good swimmers. but
thought-
more
I
quiet, not crazy like
Nobody remembers our village anymore.
this city.
I didn't know many villages.
But while they're talking, I'm just kind of looking around. What type of trophies are there along the walls?
There's some, kind of more mundane animals, like, the giants or like bears and wolves and stuff like that, pretty big ones. But also, like, a giant spider. There's like maybe like a manticore. There's there's stuff like that.
Is there a dragon?
Not in this room at least. Not in this room at least.
Any giant cyclops head? Mm-hmm.
No giant cyclops head, as far as
Alright.
you can see.
We got him.
Ha! One upped him. Just kidding.
Yeah, so he's like, so a lot of you interested in joining me for hunt, was it?
Well, truth be told, I am most interested. I heard many stories about great monsters and wish to see one. We do
Alright.
have plans, but depending on what and when. Yes, interested.
Oh, to be
Where?
quite honest with you, this probably won't be one of my finest hunts. Back in me day, there were monsters I fought.
Small
I
monster?
reckon He's like, alright, I'll be straight with you. One of the main reasons I wanted to make the job posting to get some youngins out here was I didn't want the art die out. Respect for the monster. To bind yourself to a piece of weaponry that you used to defeat it, it's really a noble thing, but in these parts, people are just. I don't see the beauty in the weapon, in the fight. It's all just a machine in them now. I
Look at
wanted
this pistol,
someone.
which is normal, right?
Yeah, this one is normal. But if you look above the mantelpiece, the ones up there, that one. Let me just find the description for it. Sorry. One of the ones above the mantelpiece looks more of a. How would this look? Sorry. It looks almost like a blunderbuss, like a very sort of like arcade looking one, but like also with like kind of scales like on parts of it, and then also like like the part that like the leads from like the barrel like to like the big opening at the end almost looks kind of like fleshy. But you can't tell how the fuck it would work or anything like that. But so he goes on, but it's like the tradition is just dying out, and wanted somebody to, I don't know if you can say learn from me, but at least see how it is you respect the fight. I mean, a lot of those say we respect the creature, but sometimes they're a nasty fucker. But at least you respect the hunt, and when it's done, you make a damn good weapon out of the thing you kill.
So you kill, and then got a gun out of it? Like metal?
He kind of looks a bit awkward. I mean, I only really wanted to talk about it if you want to help me out with it. It's not an art I just want to teach anyone. It's a bit of a ritual, really. I mean, there's magic involved and everything.
Well, I know about respecting your catch. I was fisherman. But monsters and dangerous usually avoided those. You say this one is not as grand as your other hunts?
I mean, I reckon it's not bad. I reckon. I mean, I've hunted dragons. I've hunted monsters. I reckon. I'm after the one I've heard about. The one that I'm gonna try to get. It's I've heard tale from some people in a nearby town who have seen sightings of a troll, but not just any troll. That'd be a little bit too mundane. but a very rare kind that you don't see many parts. One that grew 2 heads, and it's proven to be quite a menace in the 2 heads on one body, and it's proven to be a bit of a menace to some people in the town. They had to move out temporarily as it was attacking too many of them, and you know, they've posted around looking for a deal with it, but you know, it's hard to find people who want an honest book nowadays. And I thought you can make there's some fine weapons you can make from a creature like that. They I mean, you know,
Gun
troll. I'm
dragon,
sure you.
I understand, but troll?
You'd be surprised. He kind of whispers. He's like, I don't want to go too far into detail, but you can make a gun. I don't know if you know about trolls. They regenerate. Their body grows back. You can
Oh
make
no,
it.
big bones.
No. Those are cyclops, Sonny.
Oh.
Trolls, big fucking 2 eyes though. They
This
grow
one
back.
full.
Their skin grows back. You know, you hurt them, they just get tired. They get angrier. But if you carefully take use of some of this flesh, with a little bit of magic thrown in, you can basically make the gun use it as the ammunition, as the weapon. It fires bits of this flesh that is constantly created. He's like, it's a clever little bit of magic. One thing good about it, he kind of says, especially in these areas of the land, it actually can be used underwater as well. No gunpowder involved. So as you know, this is a secret that many here would want to learn about. They don't hunt any creature that can do this into extinction.
Underwater, yes, I have had trouble.
I mean, if you're a gunslinger like me, so we've had plenty of trouble with it. It wasn't until I got me one of these for special occasions.
I'll
Yeah, it's in the
probably
back
like
somewhere.
showcase my standard stock, you know, like Walmart gun that I bought.
Not bad, not bad. He's kind of like, have a look at that one up there. Go, you can take it down from the wall.
Okay, yeah,
And
well,
gestures to the one
pretty big in
over.
my own.
Yeah, it's like a big old blunderbuss. And he's like, that, I made that out of the trachea of a dragon.
Dragon.
You know what?
What color is it?
It's a folk bit. No color. It's green.
Big swamp dragon.
Something like that. I can't quite remember. It was green. Fuck, that's what I knew. Yeah, he's
I've
old.
seen swamp mummy.
You get any of its tracheas?
In a way, it got mine mostly.
But I mean, if you want to have a go at it, you can take it out to the backyard. I got some targets out there.
Yes. Yeah, and as I'm walking entirely towards the garden, I'll say, and this troll weapon, you say it regenerates. Does it regenerate you?
No, the magic doesn't go that far. Because it kind of... I've seen some people have a trick about it. I use it myself, but not much. I think you can sometimes shoot a little bit of flesh at an enemy, and then it like grows all over them. They can't really move so well.
Useful.
Yeah, but I think the most bit is, you never need to buy a bullet. I'll tell you what, bullets in this market, blimey, they're getting expensive.
And if I just see a target, like I'll just immediately like...
Okay, yeah, you pull the trigger. I'm gonna say you accidentally set off the breath, like the blaster thing, where when you pull the trigger, basically it does like a cone of damage in what's it called?
It's like basically like a flamethrower or something.
Yeah, it's like a 15-foot cone of like acid kind of sprays out the back of it.
Astro, damn.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
against the Geneva Convention.
Yeah, he's like, oh, careful now, don't get any of it on the house. But anyway, look, I'm getting ahead of myself. If you're interested, you and your friends there, we'll go on in this creature. You know, we'll bring it down, and I can show all of you, but normally a beast can only sponsor one person. So while we're out there, we take back some of the monster, we make the weapon out of it, and one of you lucky lot get to find out how exactly it happens, and I hope learn the skill which I got taught many years ago.
Is it close? This village?
Fairly, he kind of thinks to himself, you got a boat?
Yes.
Oh, nice. We that event one myself. He's like, it's not far from here. I think he kind of thinks, are you on the other map now?
Go to the world map.
You can even go to Womo, you can go to the landing page. Remember, the landing page is way closer, because it's a close thing.
Right. Yeah.
So he's like, it's actually just on that island there. And it just points out. So it's not too far at all, I think.
I look at the
Couple
other
days.
total. Couple days? Doable?
Yeah, let me measure the distances. On
Ik-
that. He's like, I think we would head towards the dock of Yellow Wharf. Kind of like,
Giant stroll attacking village. Must be
Yellow
saved.
Wharf. Your friends are do good at Taipei. I may not say I'm not myself. That's about 56 miles. So you can go 40 miles a day with your boat. So basically, like, it takes a bit of a day and a half.
Good. Good.
And how long do you think it would take to track this thing down once we make land?
I mean, the town where they're attacking, I think that's maybe just a few hours away from it, and it probably isn't too far. I mean, that ain't too more than a few hours away from shit. What was the name of that? Fuck! I just closed my tab. From the town that the dock is at, whatever it was called. And then I would assume the troll isn't more than a day from that. He kind of shrugs. Normally they don't go too far from there. So maybe a couple of days inland at a max.
So
We're looking at 5 to
5
6
days.
days, probably, all in with
Yeah.
travel and hopefully a day of
Kind
killing
of
it.
shrugs. Something like that. I
That
think
is long.
most of me answered pretty fast. That's a long night. Blimey, I've chased damn manticore up half the fucking island.
Manticore.
Yeah, I think we can spare.
Sure.
I
5 to 6 days.
understand if you do not want to. There is money to be lost. We don't have much.
I mean, most people will take months. So
Yeah. Again, I think, and again, I just look over to Crix to kind of look him like straight in the eyes and to say, this is really up to you, because if you want to pursue these beast guns, right? You want to take up that mantle, let's do it. If that is not something you're interested in, I mean no offense, but I do not think the rest of us would be interested.
Well, magic always seems very far away, especially from Old Salt Reef. But I've been reading. Seems this might be a way. I am good with a gun, probably even better with one that shoots on the wire. I would very much like to try if you guys will join me.
Let's do it.
I'll join you, bro.
yeah,
Go.
and we'll be helping the locals who having trouble with this beast.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
Then I'll turn, happily towards the dwarf and be like, yes, we will join you on this hunt. My name is Crixel, if I haven't said so.
Oh, blimey, excellent. Rock 5 brand. It's so good to hear. The secrets won't be lost or whatever. It's so hard finding someone who really
Well,
cares
don't
about the craft anymore.
Don't speak too swiftly. I am very prone to dying.
So you may put
It's also a bit daft.
To dying.
Well, I'll do my best to keep you going.
Like to live riskily, which is good for.
That's good. That's very good. Kind of thing. I can adjust a weapon will make good for you.
So
And suddenly it all becomes clear. He's like, now I know why you asked if the troll, whatever, regenerative gun to kill yourself.
Exactly.
Man, imagine getting Crixel regeneration like 5 or even 10 or something like that.
that'd be
nuts.
fucking sick.
You wish.
But that would be a bit too powerful, I think, at this level.
It's so OP on players.
A little bit too powerful, yeah.
That's like an Apex item. So as I say, our ship is the Lost Tides. We lie in Crescent Harbor.
I mean, and if it's something that you are okay with, we have the rest of the day paid for, and then we need to either pay for an additional day docked here in Fort Peril or be on our way. Would you be up for leaving in the morning?
I can get me stuff. He looks like this. I created a handout for him.
Nice.
I can also make you guys own it, so you can write stuff in it if you want.
Another badass.
Only
Nice.
badasses in this world, you know.
Except for Hector.
Very cool.
Hey, now.
I'm
Nothing wrong
just
with
kidding.
that.
I'm just kidding.
I love AIs. They give me names, they give me art, they do everything. Alright. Just like
Just a
dwarf gunslinger fantasy.
Nice.
Aye. In the morning, no problem. I'll be there bright and early.
Alright.
Yeah, you turn ship. He kind of gets up, kind of already starts packing up stuff. I mean, it's a troll. I do. He kind of looks. At least one of you should come with me while I do the shopping. I can tell you what to get for a troll hunt.
I guess I will. If
Let's
I...
do it. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
we might as well all go since, no offense, Crixel, you're poor as shit.
He actually,
Should stop
he actually
happening.
generous and like pays for the stuff while you're out and hunting
Okay.
for it. So he's like, trolls regeneration.
Hopefully
like
a
I
lot of
said,
fire stuff.
Yeah, exactly. A lot of fire stuff.
Actually
you
did-
do see as he's going around a bit, you know, for all his toys and everything, he's a bit like unsteady on his feet sometimes. So he like kind of grabs something. He kind of seems like his eyes are going a little bit. So you know, after like the day of him shopping, you're like, okay, it's not surprising. Maybe this is gonna be a last hunt. Like he's clearly
Yeah,
he's
it's getting there.
His mind might
scary,
be saying yes, but his body's telling him no.
exactly. Some part of his body's like, you probably
The
shouldn't be
opposite.
doing this anymore. Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, he goes out and in particular it is mainly, buying
Ooh,
You know,
how
like
much
some
is
alchemist
a
fires.
fire rune? A flame rune.
Or pretty
I forget.
expensive.
I know.
Like an elemental rune, or like it's pretty high level rune, like level 7 or.
Is
Saving
though?
rune is level 8 and 500
God
gold.
damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah.
I was trying to think, how can I actually apply any fire damage?
You
At
throw an
all.
alchemist fire.
Yeah, that's.
I think once.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's basically
Um,
what he does. He's just like, I mean, rules ain't complicated.
Mhm.
All you need to do, get a load of alchemist fires and chuck one of them every so often so it doesn't start going back anymore.
Don't
I
we
have,
need some more? If it's
I
a big
have
troll.
a few torches with me.
Aye, that's good. Torches also work in a pinch.
Big body, need many.
I'll need many. I mean, it works real well. So I think
I looked at
least-
Johnny McCann. Johnny, I know you're mostly a water-based magic user, but can you generate any kind of fire?
I don't like fire.
I mean, fair, but they like it way less than you like it.
You don't know.
Fair?
I mean, I'm pretty sure.
Probably no. I guess I can, but I don't particularly want to.
I'm
So if
sure
I have other
that
options, I would
Johnny is not
go.
alpha troll.
I mean,
That's
Last we
like
checked.
fire.
Hmm. We still think you might be what are those the hidden dudes that we fought? The shape changer.
Uh,
Yeah. Turns out it's been Johnny this whole time.
Alright. Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I think we can
Okay, we can
go
skip
to
the-
that first. Well, I'm just thinking, like, for the party.
So- I think while they're doing that, I would actually like potentially just go.
just leave.
No. I'm thinking of doing something, but I'm wanting to see if I can GR or roll to you to see if I can make this work. And it's going to be
what are you
obvious
trying-
what I'm trying to do.
Is it? I fucking hope so. I'm so confused.
I'll yeah.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, obviously, also somebody said something about wanting to go to Pathfinders, right? Or was that not a thing?
Yeah, I'm just not sure if we, like, I want to do that, but we could also do that after we come back from this thing.
After you do what, sorry, Jack? Oh, after
After we come back from this.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
this mission.
spoilers, we're not going to get this done in this hour anyway, right? So it's
Yeah,
not
yeah.
like...
But just so we can get some more, we want to get some action in, you know.
Shit, you want me to get action and fuck, I'm trying to do it. Fuck. You think I had a plan all the troll fan already, assuming you go speak to this guy, you crazy fuck? What do you mean?
Just control space, troll to head it, you know.
Control space. Yeah, it's true. I mean, yeah, it's true. Oh, man.
I'm curious to see what George is planning.
Okay, but do you, what was I gonna say?
I know. Yeah. What do you guys want to do? Do you guys want to like go do this now for the last part of the session, or do you guys want to? So I kind of wanted to go to the Pathfinder's ship, but I don't mind if we do that like next session as well.
To be honest, it's hard. I mean, we can
Don't-
maybe do
don't
combat,
forget-
but we're not going to get the troll fight done this session. It's
No,
that's
no,
gonna be
no,
hard
for
to
sure.
get
No,
in,
no.
so it's-
Next.
So of course, like if you travel there, I can play Guvana, we'll do kind of roll and stuff like that. But there's a good chance either way there isn't combat fight. To be honest, just based on how the session was and the amount of time we have left.
Yeah, so maybe just do the
Mm.
Pathfinders then. And then
Okay.
next session deal with the 12 thing.
Cool. Yeah, that's fine.
I mean, unless.
Yeah, so I'll mention I do wanna go to the ship. Well, maybe we wrote it down right. It's
Something
Andromeda.
Albatross, was it?
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Morvish, was he the guy? Or... Pathfinder Lodge is the Risen Albatross, yeah. Cool. Brian the Bookkeeper is part of...
Okay, at some point when you're heading around from like around town or whatever, Quicksil, you like you're chatting maybe with Nate about something, you like see something at the shop that you're like a little bit interested in, and so then you've got this amulet kind of like you're like it's what's it called, like it's in your like it's on your backpack, just like in like maybe like a side pouch or like in a satchel or something similar to that, right? Like it's not in like going like it's not about open eyes, but at some point you turn around and you feel like a little kind of like just like a little tug like kind of at that area of your like your satchel, and you just like turn around and it's just out there kind of like just looking off, just kind of absent-minded.
Yeah, I'll go-
like looking there.
What is it?
What do you mean?
Oh, I thought you wanted my attention. No?
Oh no, sorry, I just must have bumped your back.
Okay. I'll just go back to the shop, but I'll like absent-mindedly I'll check that area to see if anything.
Do you always check it?
Absent-mindedly
No,
I'll check that
no.
area.
Nothing's missing.
Are you sure?
You son of a bitch.
Nothing's missing. Sorry, you were going to. Sorry, I'm kind of the shop. No, the Pathfinders, right? I thought you said
I
the
want
word
to go
shop.
to the...
Oh, the ship maybe.
No,
Alright.
while we're at the shop, I'll turn back to the shop where that we were at.
While you were at
I
the shop.
assume.
Oh yeah,
Where
sorry,
we were
yeah,
picking up the
yeah.
Alchemist
Yeah,
Fire
yeah.
with
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah, okay, sure. Yeah. So Rockguy, and he picks up the map. I'm gonna say he treats you. He's like, I mean, we don't need too many of them really. The fight shouldn't be too long. But he kind of gives each you 2 Alchemist Fires to hold, just like or like to take, just like the really cheap one. He's like, it doesn't really matter. They'll try to tell you to buy the expensive shit. I mean, a troll, they don't like fire. Throw the random little flames on them and they'll scream just as loud. That's something only the
sense.
proper beast hunters will tell you.
He hands me mine. I'm just gonna like pass them off to whoever's next.
Alright, somebody else. Alright, who's next?
You hold them. You hold them.
You get extra.
There are lessers, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah, the cheapest ones.
Yeah.
It's not
I
really
assumed.
funny.
I'll add another one then if someone wants another one as well.
Sorry, what?
Where did
You
it
hold
go
it?
on my sheet? What the fuck?
Yeah,
it went
split
weapons, that's why.
8
Makes
out
sense.
between the 3 of you, I guess. Somehow. 2
Okay.
get 3, 1 person gets 2. If John does 1 in. And
I'll
you see
take 3, I guess.
he takes like 3 himself and like puts them in his
Yeah.
build.
I'll take 3 if you want to take 3, Jacko.
Cool.
And
Yeah,
then Nate has 2.
Makes sense, he's not
Uh,
planning it.
Oh, weapons, okay. The lesser ones, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, so all of you head then towards who's an albatross?
Yeah.
Sort of. Okay. Oof, so many people to meet. Talk to. Yeah, it seems like, people coming and going off it, like, it's like basically like a lodge, right? People just like walk on and off it like they do. You did it before, right? When you were asking to see Brian. That's the thing.
Yeah, I think that's a good place to start. I think if someone doesn't appear to be too busy on deck, I'll be like, is Brian here?
There's people, you know, just like in chat and kind of looking over stuff. Brian? Oh,
Yeah, Bookie.
keep short. They found.
Maybe.
No, I think he's actually. I don't know where he is. I think he went off on a different mission. Hasn't been here for a couple of weeks.
How about
you wanna
more
pass on?
Vesh? Probably not.
Oh, Vesh? No, Vesh came back. He's been here for the past few
Yes?
days. Friends of his?
Yes? Maybe.
Acquaintances, at least.
Oh, I mean, we kind of gestures. I mean, feel free to go find him. I think he's just in the galley.
Okay. Yes. I'll just look.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So you head on down. Yeah, the boat is huge. Like, you know, so like almost like a floating. I mean, it's almost bigger than a floating inn. You know, it's very big if you remember the art. So you head down, you know, below decks, and you know, there's like basically like a big little inn. You know, I got some music to come back in music I can play right. Dream of freedom. What does this sound like?
Nate is inspecting the ship jealously.
You want to commandeer the
it's
ship?
Pretty impressive ship. And you actually see more Vesh sitting like at a table sharing drinks with a figure wearing a pretty fancy hat, potentially a captain's hat, if you would guess from looking at it. And I actually have a bit of art I can show you for that.
Mm.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Oh,
Nate like you.
Oh god.
Nate, control yourself. Oh my god, he's gonna get killed
He's
by the
just-
Pathfinders. Oh fuck.
He
oh,
went
fuck.
full like Disney or Animaniacs, not Animaniacs. Yeah, maybe Animaniacs character. Like the googly eyes.
Yeah, like,
Anyone who wants to they recognize this figure can roll me a society check.
Alright.
This person.
Not sailing.
Stella.
You can also, yeah, you can all sailing. Technically, I mean, it wouldn't have been around when you were sailing, but yes, you can all know. That isn't how it works. You can all sailing.
you picked up the new rumors, you know.
Oh, out I'm afraid you're not familiar with this place.
That's okay.
That's okay. It's the one person who's trained, always rolls the lowest.
Is she,
Yep,
is she one of
exactly.
the 2 books I have about the
Yeah,
Pathfinder?
potentially, Jacko. That's why you're rolling.
But I don't have any like trained skill.
That's okay. I'll give you a little circumstance, a +1 or something. Don't worry about it.
Sick.
Oh fuck, Quicksil. Indeed, on the back
This
covers of like the, I mean, you rolled a natural 19. I'll just say it, you know. On the back cover of like the books, there's like, you know, meet our new Pathfinders. You know, every so often it's like, you know, has like a little blurb about 5, maybe not new members or existing members. You know, just like meet the Pathfinders. You know, so like some people get a little bit of notoriety around town. And you're familiar that this is, I mean, they're a venture captain, which is probably where they're quite well known. Like they hold a position of, you know, of highest team of authority in the Pathfinder Society. Often those, what's it called? Basically, you know, after you have a long kind of, not necessarily long, but a very esteemed career with the Pathfinders, you often are honored with your own lodge, and you get Pathfinders who like directly go to you, like report to you, and then you in turn kind of report to the like super high ups in like Epsilon.
Yeah.
You know that this woman is one such venture captain, as well as being a free captain of the Shackles, known as Stella Fane. She's the captain of the Vision Albatross, and you know that she, you know, there's like a little bit blur about her past. You know that she is a member of the Firebrands, who, well, maybe not necessarily a member, but at least has connections. Some people say you can't really be a Firebrand and a Pathfinder. The Firebrands are like these like unofficial sort of like freedom fighters, daredevils, liberators who like you can call yourself like a Firebrand, and like, you know, people give you like a mark if you do something cool, and like you only get recognized by other Firebrands who like that's how you become more popular. It's like this whole shit. But
So-
anyway, she is.
But
sorry?
Rogar is Rogar in a Firebrand as well? Because this is
Should his lord name it Fireband? Fuck.
Yeah.
No, he has a lot of confusion about this. He's happy you haven't, he's really happy you hadn't mentioned it. And if you mention it, he's gonna be like, I know! I had the name before no guy even fucking started existing. They
Burning
fucking-
pushing.
Also, I think you could change it to Rockgar the Six-Fingered because, you know,
Oh,
he does have
1, 2, 3,
six
4,
fingers.
5,
That's old
6.
dwarves. Old dwarves have 6 fingers in AI world.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, you know, yeah, she is a connection Fireband. You know, the most interesting about her is that in the past, she worked on a ship where she was actually mutinied, where like it was mutinied, and she got stolen out to a Cheliac slavery ring, and no one knows how she survives. Some people say she didn't survive, and she's like a fucking weird goat thing. There's actually a lot of rumors about it. But whatever the case, she now has like.
She's wearing a wire.
Well, people nowadays say she fucking hates Cheliacs.
Oh.
Like she is known for attacking their ships, their slaving ships in particular, and it's super anti sort of slavery and that kind of stuff. But anyway, she is yeah.
So yeah, I think I'll if Vesh sees us, I'll put up a wing.
Yeah, after a few seconds. Oh, sorry. Also, one more thing about Vesh. Vesh is missing an arm.
Oh shit. Oh, I won't put up a wing. That's kind of a bad taste.
You won't put up a wing. Yeah, it's one of his arms. It's just like pretty. You can't see, but it's like you just see like the sleeve kind of go down, and like it's like a short sleeve sort of jacket, so you can just.
Was it
tell
his
there's
sword
definitely
arm
nothing
or
there.
his?
No, luckily
off
it seems it was with the left arm, and he
Wow, no,
didn't wield
General,
his sword in the
thank
right.
God.
Exactly, not the sword arm. But regardless of this, even if you don't raise a wing and you're just looking in confusion, after a bit he actually does however see the four of you kind of standing awkwardly at the entrance to the
Start walking towards their table.
Who was Dylan? Was Alter dueling him?
No,
Yep.
it
Yeah.
was. Oh yeah, Alter, sorry.
It was.
Uh,
Remember,
Yeah, it was you.
I made
Yeah.
one jab at him, missed, and then got knocked the fuck out.
But
Yeah.
anyway, one arm. So now maybe now you could have it.
I mean, now it would be a better chance because
Exactly
I
right.
have what 3 levels since then.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it
That
seems
is
a little.
a chance. That is a chance.
I think.
Right,
Can I?
He'd still kick my ass. No question.
I think I'll just go sit like next to this captain, like opposite Vesh, or like so opposite Vesh next to this captain.
Oh, okay, you didn't get anything. He was like kind of
Wow.
getting into his feet to like go up to you, and he's gonna sit down next
like
to
sit
him,
there, yeah.
and he's like,
Greetings.
Oh my god.
greetings. Kind of looks, shares look with like the captain is like, it's good to see you, Crixel. He kind of question. Oh, yes, good to see you again. It's been a while since the beach. He kind of
Gonna
It's a
eye
sort of like-
him. Be like, dangerous temple? You are not lying.
Oh, you remember? Yeah, that's what I was doing. Indeed, and he kind of shakes his head, and this wasn't even at the actual Ravenous Moon itself. This was merely another ruin. I didn't even make it as far as the temple. Oh, I was just telling
Maybe
my cat. I was
he's
just
taken us.
telling my captain. Oh, he's kind of chuckling. He's like, maybe so, I suppose. You must be doing well for yourself if you sound so confident. Please, this is my captain, Captain Fane. Kind of like nods in
Oh,
the direction.
Yeah, I'll kind of like very shyly eye her, and then turn back and then just put like the book I bought on the table, like slide it over to her, and I'll be like, "Could you sign?"
She laughs. She's like, and you thought you could go to the Temple of the Moon. Of course, yes, I'll sign. Oh,
Heard lots.
she grabs my
about you.
pen. Indeed, a pleasure to meet a fan.
She's laughing, like I'll kind of step over. It's been kind of standing awkwardly, probably at the back of the room for a little bit. I'm like, you'll have to forgive our, my companion here. He's become quite a bit of a fan.
I see. Oh, it's
Yeah,
always
like
a pleasure.
excitedly, like blabbing a little bit. I'll be like, "Oh, we are finding trade routes to fuck over Chaliax. Yes."
She and it's like an interesting one. Oh, that's good. They deserve to be fucked over more than anyone.
I
Like-
hear. Yes, very dangerous, but we will explore. Kind of like as much as Burke and smile at Vash, I'll be like, I'll be excited.
She's like,
Invite her along.
No, it's like,
she's
Yeah,
like
you'll have to forgive
in the
me.
back, like calling to be invited along. She's like, oh, I fuck Shelly, that's enough of my own. Thank you very much. Well, it's a pleasure to always meet a fan. But is there anything we can help you with?
Ah, yes. So, application still very far. Absalom, I understand. Wondering,
If you want to make an application to join.
maybe eventually. Yes.
I see.
Tough
Well,
trial process. Yes, I've heard.
if you do the official route, to be quite honest, I would not recommend. It takes years of paperwork.
Doing big trial, a different trial. Killing dangerous monster. Two-headed troll.
Field commissions, I always think, are the most easy way to really get notice. It's true. People
Not
who uncover historical discoveries, the like. It's a lot easier than going through the years of study.
Yes, we will be gone for months. Wondering, need more information. Heard Brian is gone, so he helped us before. I do not know where to turn. These books, not enough.
She kind of stares like a look with Vesh, and she's like, "I'm sorry. Help. What sort of information?"
On strange lands. There was Viridian? Yeah, Vidrian, and beyond, Mwangi expands all the way to Mana Wastes. Long trek.
Yes, that's quite the trek indeed. And Vesh is like, that's you find that yourself? Aye, that's brave work. Well, I mean, if you go back with them back, you'll have mapped out part of land that hasn't been, really explored for many
When he
years.
says that, I'll pull out my children's drawing of the map that we've explored so far. Yeah. Yes, I can add to this. Unexplored.
Indeed, that's quite the artwork, Quixel. I didn't know you had it in you.
Thank you.
Of course.
Nothing compared to the Chronicles, but maybe someday.
And she's sort of like, it's interesting though. You hear the faint sort of much under her mouth. Some of the places indeed haven't been visited by civilized folk for many, many a year. She kind of thinks for a second, perhaps the Pathfinders may have use for you in the area.
We expect to return.
No, of course, most people do expect to return when they go on a trip. I would hope you would not be so silly as to expect otherwise.
Yes, more plans.
Where exactly is it you're going?
I sense motively.
Okay, well, give me a perception check. Sorry, I didn't hit all the noise.
Because Captain. After that Lyra's game, I know I can read
You
people.
don't trust any. It's very hard to read her. She also, actually, as you see her, she looks like she's probably a little drunk. Even though it's not late in the day, but you see, you kind of look her over and you see there's a bottle, under the table for her and Vesh, and she's got a glass that's, kind of not.
I'll make a
much left in the
mental
bottle.
note that is part of the pirate's life. Get drunk, I got it.
But to get drunk, whatever you want when you're captain. But no, mate, you think it's for quite an innocent reason.
Okay. Well, as I said, so from the ocean to Vidrian, southern country, kind of questioningly. So eventually meets Shadowed Expanse, mostly river travel.
She sort of thinks, have you heard of the city of Ozabu?
I'm gonna guess no.
No, I'm not even gonna make you
Wait,
roll
maybe
society.
Altair, maybe you. Oh, you're muted, Josh.
Society.
Yeah, it's not
This is gonna
be
go well.
easy.
Ozabu. That sounds like a, like a monkey city.
And I feel like I can't roll
Oh,
shit
fuck!
the entire 4-hour
Okay,
session, right?
yeah, you know it all. Ozabu, you've heard of it, the Golden
That's-
City.
Ah.
You indeed have heard of Ozabu. It is a city thought to be located. As far as you can aware, it is not being seen by outside for many a long time. But it is a city fabled to be within the Screaming Jungle, which
And
is
that's the below the
indeed.
Moingy Expanse.
Yes, the Screaming Jungle is actually, these were kind, as you were speaking to the person about them, you were mentioning this jungle here is the Screaming Jungle.
Gotcha.
And
Puts
he
my
says-
mind at ease knowing that's called that.
Yeah, exactly. And you have heard of the streets of Ozabu, the city, the Golden City, known as being literally paved with gold. You know, that
Okay.
it is incredibly well hidden, apparently. Some maps, it's amazing you've really heard of it, but most maps don't even really acknowledge its existence. Or they kind of confuse the reader, but somehow you have heard stories and have heard that it's, maybe that it could be within the Screaming Jungle. And that
Okay.
inside the Screaming Jungle, there is a interesting creature, perhaps the known to possibly Glorian's oldest living creature.
Oh,
Whoa.
shit.
A kind of arboreal, almost some would say a treant, the most ancient one of all, known as the final tree of the Elder World. You're not sure exactly what, but you have heard tales that this fabled creature lives in the city of Ozabu, in the heart of the Moingy Expanse. And these are like the tales you have heard.
Okay.
But she kind of says, "Have you heard of the Ozabu?" And then all this kind of floods into your mind is like, "Ozabu, the fabled city of gold, is real. Could the treant be real too?"
Somehow remember hearing about that as a child. Surely it's not real.
Only a story is what they say. And she sort of, "Please join me at this table."
Okay. Take a seat.
That's an invite.
No, she kind of gestures to all of you.
Okay.
Go on now.
Like she showed the crowd.
Yeah, exactly. What's it called? And she says, "Pathfinders have been trying to research the city for a while. I've considered standing a group in to investigate it, but so far have focused on more immediate threats. But if you are truly heading there, if you are able to find this city, to find the name Dimari Diji themselves, the final tree of the Elder World, if you find them and they are real, and you can record this encounter, the Pathfinders, I'm sure, would be welcome and eager to have you as members." She
Shouldn't
sort of like
be
leans back in the chair and has like a glove of her bum.
too hard.
She kind of laughs. She's like, no, it shouldn't be, should it? Just one city after all. How
Find
hard can it be?
a city and a tree.
A city and a tree indeed.
They have done so.
Excellent. But if you met, I'm not gonna give you anything forward or tell you much. I know nothing myself, but if you wish to keep an eye open while you're there, or even search for it if you are crazy enough to do so, then you will be famous.
We do love gold.
She can chuckle. Something tells me taking gold from the Gilded City is maybe even harder than finding it.
Yeah.
Well, yes, we will keep an eye out. Is there anything you can tell us about this screaming jungle? Why is it called?
I believe she kind of thinks, if I did have to go through at least a couple years of study. If my learnings were correct, I believe it was simply due to the monkeys living in the canopy or horrible variety. But it was home to numerous carnivalistic plants, as far as I can remember. A wonderful source of darkwood, however. I believe some of the majority of darkwood in the world is grown there.
Not too bad. Okay. Well, thank you.
My pleasure. It's always good to meet some crazy people. And she kind of turns back to Vesh.
Yeah. Sorry for interrupting.
No, Vesh is like, no, it's always good to see you again. And he kind of like claps you on the back. So it's like side out as you kind of start to get the feet. And, I mean, feel free if you want to have Jewel again one day. Perhaps now he kind of shakes a loose an arm. It's like, perhaps now you'll have a better chance.
I would hope so. But you definitely proved yourself quite a bit beyond my capability.
I'll let you know if I lose the other, and then I'm sure you have me.
Yes. At that point. It'll be an even fight.
Barely a flash movement.
What else do you know about the land and the rivers of this Vange expanse?
She looks like a little bit like Maggie Expanse. I mean, there's enough to fill several books. I'm afraid if you want to know all in detail, you should probably visit a library and not me. She kind of gestures around. I do have other matters.
Yes. If we find city, perhaps Firebrand?
You want to be a fireman and a Pathfinder?
Just... No, I don't know how you become one.
Oh, that's simple enough. It's quite compared to the Pathfinders at least, it's not much of anything official about it. If you want to be a firebrand, I mean, first of all, you call yourself a firebrand. That's it. Anyone can be a firebrand. That's the whole structure of it.
Yeah, we actually met one earlier.
Let's see.
I think that was his given name.
Confusing trade right, copyright.
But if you want to truly be a proper member, you need to get your second
Yes,
mark.
Mark.
Well, even that, even the first mark comes and goes easily enough. All it requires is for people to know you call yourself a firebrand. She kind of shrugs. I'm a firebrand. If you now say you're a firebrand, then you got the first mark. Simple as. Second
First
mark is a little bit tougher. To do that, you need to be
known?
declared an official fire. No, I mean, somewhat. But really all it is just someone of a higher mark, someone second mark or higher, just declaring you an official firebrand. We kind of just assume if you're a firebrand, you only led in other good people. It's worked out pretty well so far.
I see. Okay, I guess I'll kind of take the hint now and I'll stand up and thank you. I did not expect this.
It's fine, it's fine. She kind of like waves it off.
I would buy you a drink, but no money.
No, I don't pay yet. It's my ship.
Right. Well, see you later.
Yes.
Goodbye.
Maybe.
We appreciate your help.
Yes, of course. Of course. Yeah. She just like
Waves up.
Vetch, you kind of see him sitting, and he actually like chases after you as you kind of leave the room, and he kind of catches you outside, and he's like, "You're actually, if you're serious about going to Ozabu, I mean, or at least trying to find it, be careful. It's a legendary place for a reason." He kind of likes it. I'm not saying you don't have it in you, but just keep your wits about you, and it's not something to do on a whim. She's a bit more reckless and some.
More dangerous than Temple?
He kind of thinks, no, I don't think so. I mean, the stories of it, say it's a good place. It's well hidden and deep and hard to find. It's more getting to it is tough.
Do people live in the city or not known?
I don't know. He kind of shakes his head. I've heard her talk about it once before. She once mentioned it to me, but I was more quite focused on the Cyclops standpoint. It's like, but as far as I can tell, at least there's Chiansa, I suppose, if the oldest one is. And I mean, they're meant to be peaceful enough, but angry if riled. But I think it's more just. I mean, she made the Screaming Jungle not sound like a difficult place, but I believe it is more dangerous than she implied. Any of the
Maybe-
jungles deep in the Rangi Expanse have their dangers.
On return trips, then, yes.
He shot perhaps so. And by then,
You-
as soon as you found Ozu, I'm sure you're ready to help me take on the temple. He kind of,
Could join us if you want. Could use you.
That's nice of you to say, but I think if I'm on a boat for that long, I start to get a little crazy. That's why I normally explore the jungles instead. It's like, but maybe on the, on the way back, if you still want to find Ozabu, if you make your way back here, or if you've done that and you're ready for the temple, he kind of looks around. I think I'm going to get a new arm. By then, I should be ready at least. I'm going to spend a few months warming it up.
You are. Oh, good luck with find.
Oh, thanks. I already found the shop.
We did find Cyclops ruins and old Zombie King.
Zombie King? Wait, what?
Yes, he was. We saw pictures on wall. He was a powerful leader in Devil's Arches
Cyclops.
temple.
And the Devil's Arches, there's a lot of ruins on that island. I went there once. That's impressive. Well done.
Kind of fell into it accidentally. One thing led to another.
Trickster got himself cursed with by a bog mummy.
Mummy curses. Nasty. Nasty business.
Look at
I mean,
him.
it sounds like then you'll
mean-
have plenty of experience for the temple.
Let's
On
hope
that
so.
note,
But
is there a way for us to maybe protect us from curses? I mean, in the jungle, who knows what might be.
All diseases and curses in the jungle, I think. I mean, it's a boring answer, but magic does fucking everything. Probably any of you could, get a wand that has remove curse, maybe remove disease. Probably would put you in fairly good stead. Beyond that, study a lot, pray to some gods. I'm not quite sure how those lot do it.
Pray to gods, yeah.
Kind of shrugs. Like, I mean, anything's worth a shot, right? I'm assuming you kind of one of you got. It was you who got the mummy. Kind of looks at you, Pixel.
Hmm.
You pray to a god.
No, but
Shit,
maybe
right.
Doctor did? I don't think so.
Maybe you should.
I mean, I'd recommend at least before you talk to a doctor, pray to a god next time. Then it saves you a visit sometimes.
Those haven't been very nice to me so far.
Okay. I mean, it never hurts to say sorry, but he's like, anyway, I just wanted to, it's a serious bit of work what you were suggesting. Not that I don't think you're capable of it, but don't take it as nothing.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good.
No problem.
we appreciate the warning, honestly. Vesh, it means a lot.
Yeah, he kind of smiles. It's like, my pleasure, my pleasure. Have a good evening then.
I mean, before they go, I have maybe a somewhat insensitive question, but how'd you lose the arm?
He kind of winces, trapped in an old ruin. He kind of says it. It's like, it's simple really. Just a big fucking block coming from the ceiling trying to squash me flat. Rolled out the way, but got my arm caught. Pinched right off. Had to
Is
cut off
there-
the rest itself.
Sounds
This was
painful.
quick.
Gods.
Oh, I don't know.
Is
enough.
there no one within the Pathfinders who can, fix it?
Oh, if I went to Absalom, there's some people who have the magic strong enough. It's not too much of an ordeal. But like I mentioned in Quicksware, there's a shop in Port Beryl who does a mighty fine load of prosthetics. I thought I might try to see it. Then at least if it gets chopped off again in the ruins, I can just get a new one put on.
It's practical,
You
bro.
can have it gilded this time.
Maybe I considered trying to get it with an
Customization.
attachment or like a rapier attached straight to the arm. He
It
kind of
moves?
shrugs.
Strength.
Oh yeah, you should see some of the work they can do around it now. But I
Around
think
where?
just like around
Oh,
here,
okay.
poor pedal. He's
So-
like, yeah, some of the prosthetics are
not-
really aggressive.
So you're not that attached to your own limbs. Better to buy a new
I mean,
one.
I tried
Not
to get out of the
anymore.
way. I really tried. He kind of but I mean, he kind of shrugs. At this point, going it back would kind of feel weird anyway. I think.
Yeah.
Figured I could put on, the fake arm for a while, see how it feels. If I don't like it, I just, take it off, put a normal one back.
No, it makes sense.
Great. Magic's great, isn't it? I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, craziest thing I can even speak like
Pretty
this.
wild what they can do.
Pretty wild indeed.
Well, we won't keep you, Vesh. But it's
Oh,
good
no.
to see you again.
It is. Pleasure. Oh, fuck, actually, I'm on regeneration. You need to have the 7 body part with you. Fuck, I didn't know that,
Oh,
actually.
he has to go back.
Really?
Yeah, apparently. It says hold the 7 arm next to it. I did double check. So technically, if you lose an arm, like so, you can't actually do it. Maybe higher level heals, I'm not sure. But
What if you're like
regeneration
cannon blasted?
Get
That's
back
great.
there.
But I
like
don't
the
think you can get it back.
Really?
It says any community has 7 body parts in action. Hold the body part to the area with 7 for.
Yeah. Can you revive a dead arm?
You got a choice. Hey, my better just
Revive.
I might better just cover my foot and then come back all the way. He kind of shrugs. I know. I reckon it depends on the magic, Some of them make like a new body, some of them don't. Kind of shrugs. I think I'll just get the fake arm put on. I think I'm happy enough with that.
Undying, yes.
Way better than dying. Alrighty, have a good night.
You too.
He smiles and heads back into the blue deck.
I never know what to say. He seems like a hero.
Yeah. Pathfinders all kind of think themselves that way.
Well, kind of are.
Some for
Also,
sure.
Reef could use some Pathfinders.
It's so embarrassing. I made like a Hokage trim. He even had a fecal careful explorer, and it didn't work. It was so sad, so sad. Why didn't even give him this feat?
That's just how
He wasn't
Widowstone
careful
works.
enough. He wasn't careful enough.
It happens.
It happens. It happens. Hmm?
I mean, yeah. Seems like a interesting thing to try to explore. The jungles. Maybe find the City of Legends and the tree.
I kinda look
It might
alternative.
be. It's still, so much land. Who likes land?
True.
No one likes land.
Well, once we are on river for
I
weeks.
mean, I'm pretty
maybe...
attached to it.
Why do you need land if you can get a ship?
I mean, land is just great, though. Like,
Not that-
while the sea can provide many
Not
things
that
for
much
you,
Not that much.
I don't know. Like,
Sea's the best.
the idea of most spices, most foods grow outside of the sea.
Spices is first thing you mention?
I mean,
eating
well,
good
yeah.
on the boat. You eating good on the boat.
Or is it a hot day?
Again, the meals that you actually remember were probably
Highlight of
the
life,
worst
yes.
and the best. And the best
Well,
ones, they
I
had spices.
eat mostly raw fish, but I see point.
And they get it. If you don't know, you don't know, right? You don't know what you're missing until, well, you do.
Let's go.
So you're saying you can't grow spices on a ship?
I'm saying it's far more difficult.
You think so?
Soil in and of itself is kind of better for that sort of thing.
Yeah, but
Seawater bad.
Yeah, seawater is
Well,
literally terrible for most life.
hard to drink. Try it.
I love the water. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I mean, I am a land creature first.
But you said you heard of this city in childhood? I thought you lost memories.
Hey, I don't remember most things, but for some reason, she said that, and it all kind of came flooding back.
So, it can work.
I don't know.
Interesting if it happens again.
Again, it's kind of like,
Yes.
how do I remember how to use a sword? How do I remember common, right? Like,
But this is not like muscle memory. This is learned. Different, no?
most things are still learned, though, right?
I think difference between
I mean, in your brain is a muscle,
Subconscious.
right? So,
maybe mine not very strong.
well, it's because you abuse it.
Okay. Well, so make ready for troll.
Yeah. Finish our preparations, maybe get a good night's sleep, and then head out early tomorrow once Rakkar joins us.
All right.
Yeah, we should.
Thank you for
Oh,
coming.
awesome.
All right, this beast
Thanks
gun
a lot.
better be fucking great for you.
I'm sure it'll look sick.
I think it'll be amazing. Full faith.
I sure hope so.
Of course it will. Of course it will be sick AF. Okay, this is probably a pretty good ending point then. Thank you very much. Cool. Yeah,
that's
sorry for no combat or anything, but there was a lot of good chats with people, a lot of
Yeah.
potential quests to be followed up on. So many potential quests, my god.
Mhm.
My
We're doing
gosh.
everything apparently.
Man, it's so weird just making shit up on the spot though. It's like,
You do
I'm
well.
I'm so used to just only. Yeah, but it gets out of hand really quickly. Because you're like, yeah, you could do this and there, and I guess that can happen. It's fun though. It's fun.
Yeah,
It's good. It's good. It's just crazy.
Like,
Pandora's
the improvisation
box of
I hate the
opportunities.
most, but like I think.
But it's
really
interesting.
good.
Yeah, it's interesting. Cool. And then yes, thank you everyone very much.
Thank
for
you.
a,
Good to be
good
back.
Good level,
session.
right?
You yeah, no.
A level again.
You level to 4. You
Oh, no.
Ooh, you revert
No.
to 4.
I will not exercise that option. Thank you.
Alright, good
By the way,
choice,
I had a mechanics question when it comes to these archetypes. Once we have access,
you can immediately
Are we-
take a minute you want. If that's
like if there was one for
Regret
2,
that
4,
we-
6,
you
we
can
get all-
immediately yes, yeah.
Okay, that's exactly what I want to
You
know.
don't- Yeah, I figured. Like you don't need to like retrain or anything. It's fine.
Cool.
Yeah. We just
Like
say
you've been
you
building
will
up to
definitely
the.
You've been
Yes.
building up, and suddenly it all comes through at once, kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like it's that third eye awakens and you get the access
Exactly.
to all of it.
Third eye awakens. Third eye awakens.
I'm really looking forward to eventually, hopefully, getting Scout and being alive for that, because
Yeah, you'll make it. You'll make it. You'll make it.
getting additional 10 feet of base movement and then 20 feet for traveling purposes, that's great.
You get original 10 feet by base.
So it's the level 6 feet from Scout.
No, it's not.
Let me pull it up.
Oh wow, yeah. You get a 10-foot status once your feet. Insanity.
And
Wow.
it counts as 20 for the purposes of travel.
Insanity. You're so fast.
Yeah, so
So
fast.
you can actually do like a exploration activity and be faster than us still.
Yeah,
Exactly.
true.
Yep.
Oh man. But it's this thing where this is a thing where Long Strider, for instance, is a spell, right? Which gives you plus 10 status
Yeah.
bonus, so it doesn't stack. But that's like as a second level Long Strider, it goes 8 hours. So
Yeah.
basically every fucking high level I should have once of Long Strider, second
Yep.
level. But then basically
I think
everyone
Razvan had
should
one as
always.
well.
What's
Yeah.
that?
I think Razvan had one.
Yeah, I think back when I was a druid, this is what I used for my second level spells. I was a druid as well.
Mhm.
But it's there's some spells where it's just man, it's kind of it feels a little bit meta, but it's man, why would you not always have that on every high level character, right? But it's cheap at that point, and it's
It's very good. Yeah.
all right. Thank you, everyone. Have a good week.
Have a
See
good
you
one.
all next time.
Nice.
Bye.
See you.
Bye.